Okay, bam. Boom, boom, boom. Are we alive? Welcome to the live stream. Oh. What up, Lola? Hi. What up, Colonel Courtois? Okay, let me see if I broke this. I think I did. Oh, this freaking thing. Oh, you know what? That's weird. That's weird. There we go. There we go. There we go. Thank you for hitting like. I know that wasn't Colonel Courtois because he never does. What's up, Lola? Dun, 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 dun. We are live today. What's up, Bull Monkey? You guys are quick. It's only been a minute and 15 seconds. I barely got myself together. Man, I'm freaking roughed up today. I'm not like super buff, you know. Moved a lot of stuff today. A lot of stuff. Granite, freaking furniture. Like me, I say, thank you. Thank you, Lola. Lola's got notifications on, as everyone should. But I appreciate that, Lola. Thank you, Lola. La 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 la. I met him in a swamp down in Dagobah where it bubbles all the time like a giant carbonated soda. S-O-D-A soda. I saw the little runt sitting there on a log. I asked him his name in a raspy voice. He said Yoda. Y-O-D-A Yoda. Yo, 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 Yoda. Sorry. All right. What up, Dorjean? What's going on, my brethren? All right, let's see what's going on the internet. So yeah, I loaded up a freaking 15-foot long trailer today. Tomorrow, I'm thinking about doing I got a 6-hour drive. Thank you. I have a 6-hour drive tomorrow. I'm thinking about streaming the whole thing. I got one of these freaking beast mode. Uh-oh, man. Power cells. It's like 58,000 amp hour. So I'm thinking with that, and the U-Haul has a USB charger, but I'm guessing it's crap. I met her in a club down in Soho where you drink champagne and it tastes just like cherry cola. C-O-L-A cola. I don't even know. I'm surprised. I'm done. I just jumped on stream. I opened the doors to the bar to let the patrons in, Lola. Yeah. We're doing it. It's going to be a 15-foot U-Haul truck. So, I wish I had a little bit better funding, because if I had more funding, I would take a battery backup like UPS, and I'd run my laptop, and I'd run the 4K camera and the phone camera so that you guys could see. Like I could do this, and then you could see me and the road. But unfortunately, I don't have the financial wherewithal yet. Few more months. Things are growing pretty quick. I tell you what, if anyone's interested in doing YouTube, you should do it. Even small channels can make good money. No, you're good, brother Dorjean. No. I'm not asking for funding. It's my fault. I need to spend more time, and I will. I'm actually after I move into this new studio, I'm going widescreen, because I'll actually have a studio like a dedicated studio, and not just my bedroom. The lighting is different today. You're looking more Jewish than usual. I zoomed in on the nose. That's all right, Lola. Thanks for coming in, hitting the like button. I appreciate it. Let's go. Yeah, it's the same ring light. Same ring light. Maybe I got more shine on my face. I don't know. I got my hair tied back. Could be. Could be. I'm not Jewish though. But I do have that look. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. Yeah, well, so I've got my ring light. Oh, you can't see it in this whole shot at all. So this is the 4K camera. It covers a lot, and this is actually cropped in. Oops. What's going on here? There we go. Is that all the way down? Looks like it is. Is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. There we go. So, all right. Anyway, forgot what I was talking about. Reflecting. So normally, I would have my camera over there. So, and then the ring light in front of me. But right now, I've got my laptop in front of me. The ring light right here, actually, this camera is connected to the ring light, so you can see like the ring light very well in the glasses because the camera's right there in the center, and then you got the ring light, right? And then my 4K camera is off to the left, so I have my computer screen, I have my ring light and black and white camera, which is just a 1080p camera, black and white, and then I have my 4K camera, and then I've got my monitor. My big screen. But yeah. So when I have more room in this new studio, I'll actually, you'll be able to see my full body. Yeah. Today your eyes have angel halo rings. Like a Japanese sports car. Yeah, so it'll be if I didn't need glasses, then I can't read. It says Dorjine. I can't even tell if that's a smiley face or what. I just see it's a yellow dot. There you go. Okay, so it's a and then a. All right, let's see what's going on here on the internet. Driver falls asleep beyond. No way. Holy crap, that's a big fat guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Yeah, rest in peace, Dolly Parton. Yep. 80 years, man. All right, look at this guy. Look how huge he is in this window right here. Not that one, right there. Right there. He takes up the whole front of the train. That's crazy. You would think the train would be automated. I mean, you don't have a steering wheel. Yeah, rest in peace. She up there with Michael Jackson, Kurt Cobain, and Mr. Ozzy, Mother, Father Osborne. Yep. All right, let's see what happened. So he's asleep. Oh, he's scratching his head. He don't look asleep. Or maybe we're gonna watch him fall asleep. Lonesome Valley looks very expensive to look this cheap. Oh! Did he fall asleep? Oh, there he goes. He's asleep. Oh, man. No airbags or nothing. What? He must have hit another train. I mean, unless he got caught. Jeez. What happened? I mean, we get it. Come on, freaking New York Times. Is that all we're going to see? I didn't even say what he hit. Driver allegedly falls asleep behind controls before dramatic train crash. What up, Shiraj? Oh, a new update probably during live streams. The host name will highlight black instead of yellow, making text white. I don't know if hosts can see it. Oh, that's crazy that the trains aren't automated to know where the other trains are at. Damn. Damn. Oh, New York Post.
Humans have doubled average.
Yeah. Yeah, good thing he wasn't at high speed. You could literally see him pondering his future with the company. You could smell it. You could smell that. You could smell it. He was like, I'm fired. My ass is fired. How do you wreck something without a steering wheel? You know, it's like usually if you fall asleep on the road, you like veer off the road, but you're not gonna. I can't believe like that was a completely digital cockpit, right? Like, how does it not have like even like cheap cars have rear end detection and stuff like that? How do they not? And how does it not know that there's another train very close to the front of it? You think the train. Because those freaking cities say we're going to upgrade to new AI technology, and they just grab the money for it and stuff it into their pockets. Unbelievable. Okay, let's see. New update. The host name will highlight black instead of yellow, making the text white. Now I can't see it. Do you have to like at iFail first? Let me see. Let me see what we can see here. Yup. People get rear-ended all the time. Yeah, that was a train. Rear-ending another train. I just can't believe that the train didn't have the freaking technology to know where another train. Somebody give me an at iFail first. I'm gonna try it myself, see if it works. It looks orange to me. If I orange myself, do you guys see it a different way? Let me see what it looks like on the regular chat. Yeah, it looks orange. Here, look, I'll show you. I do not have a stream deck, brother. No, I do not have no stream deck. No, I'm a rope. So I have an old phone that I plan on turning into a stream deck because you can do that. But that'll probably be on the new setup. I've only got I use my keyboard. Like you can, so a stream deck is basically keys on a keyboard, and you set up hotkeys, right? I mean, there's also some that have volume and whatnot. That's huge strange. Whatever watch your streams, username highlight black. Wow. Okay, let's see. Let's go here to my channel. All right, I'll show you what it looks like on my end. Let's see. Let's go here to my channel. All right. Okay, so here's what it looks like. See that? See how it's orange? Right there, how you said when you added me? Oh, on the participants. All right, I'll show you what it looks like on my end. Okay, now it's yellow. Oh, I see why the YouTube page is black. Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. Right. Yeah, that's possible. Right. Yeah, I have it. So having a black background screen uses less battery and power because you're not turning on any pixels. When your screen is white, all of those LED pixels are turned on, burning power. So if you use dark mode, your battery lasts a lot longer. That's what yeah, that's why you want dark mode. The only things that lights up is the text. So That's the only thing that's got white LEDs turned on, which is red, green, and blue mixed together, right? Right. So you're using 3 LEDs to make a white pixel. Nice. I use dark mode on my school laptop. Yeah, it's definitely worthwhile, especially for battery life. Especially for battery life. Look at me. Do I face that way? Is it reversed? I never even noticed that. How's that work? No, I guess I'm looking the other way. Never mind. I am looking that way. Jeez, I'm a freaking idiot. I'm a Moran, an imbecile, an ultramaroon. White mode hurts my eyes. Yeah, it's too bright for me too. It's too bright for me. What up, overall? I used a phone for a while, but I got a Stream Deck for CAD work. I picked it up for small money ages ago. You can create deep menus, trigger scenes of all video clips or video clips. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. So I'm guessing. I mean, I'm familiar with how they work. Like, and I used to. I don't have a Stream Deck, like I said, but I would use hotkeys like you would use a Stream Deck. But yeah, you have nested menus where you can go to multiple menu, like go to videos and then go to comedy videos and then hit one and then it pops up on the screen. And I used to have one that had my face in the middle of the screen that would do this. Whenever I cussed, I had a thing that whenever I said a cuss word, it would recognize the cuss word and it would just put this thing in front of my mouth. What's going on, Papa Bear? We just watched some dude lose his job. We got. All right, let's see. Oh, here, dozing at work. Bay Area. Poor guy. Anti-cyclonic freaks. Anti-cyclonic. I don't understand. Chinese phone zombies. Just got done wrecking shop on a trivia stream. Bam. Taking care of business. License, faith, relationship, tattoos. Oh, somebody said he's a fraud. Rotting. Bodies are gruesome. NTSB releases new footage of a medical jet crash that killed 8. Jeez, Obama's school is infested with rats and mold, and kids blame Michelle Obama for gross school lunches. Jeez, what up, little native mama? I'm out shining the sun. It's gotta be my ring light. I'll wear that, little native mama. Ever watched the German funny forklift safety video? I think I have. I've the animated one. Yeah, we'll look it up. Yeah, R.I.P. Dolly Parton. What a loss. Great character. Great person. I never met her, obviously. But great, like back. And this is the thing about a lot of like country music stars. The same stuff might be happening in the background with the casting couches and stuff like that. But the people just seem so much nicer. Like she had big boobs, but she wasn't like only wearing pasties and a G-string and stuff, Not animated. Then I don't think I've seen it. We'll watch it. Jolene. She was definitely America's sweetheart, yeah. Big booby mama Dolly, yep. Big mama. Okay, let's see. So what was it? German funny forklift training. Yeah, she died today, like 8 hours ago. I think it was like noon. The money, the news came out. She definitely wasn't in many people's wank bank. I'm guessing this is the one. Hold on. Dang it. Better not be. Dang it, man. They got copyrighted music in it. All right. We'll have to do it muted. Sorry. We'll have to do it muted. Yeah, you gotta know, brother. You gotta know it, brother. What up, Mr. Palau? His foot actually. But it was part of his ankle, but it broke. Working on missiles they do this shit right, this stuff right here. He was on a pallet with a forklift being raised up, and it came loose. He came down and broke his foot. He actually had to have part of his hip taken out, and the bone from his hip turned into a bone that went into his foot because it shattered. And this is in Johns Hopkins Avery Applied Physics Laboratory. So this stuff happens all the time. And even the highest of the high, the top of the line freaking places where you think that they would have personnel lifts to get all over these products. 2 years ago in Denmark, during my vacation, it was subsidized course, about $20 for 3 days. It was great fun. I wouldn't want to do it for a living though. Yeah, so I've been forklift certified many times. When I was like 19 years old, I got forklift certified at Home Depot. I got forklift certified at the airport, the movie industry. I got forklift certified on a bunch of things: personnel lifts, forklifts, freaking cranes, all kinds of good stuff. It increasingly gets better. When a flat women at, I think OSHA would be pissed off if things go away. Absolutely. Oh, he cut him in half. Off into the sunset. Beautiful. Beautiful. Nice. Nice. Yeah, well, bunch of Can you imagine a forklift hitting you in the back like that, just severing your spine, and then it's shutting out? Ugh. And then like a look over and there's a guy at the same problem next to you. Nice, nice, good stuff. All right, let's see. Storage tank flaming, deadly chain reaction, multiple vehicle crash, and now I'm gonna get all kinds of wackadoo stuff in my feed. Amazon steering wheel free robo taxi expands to more cities. Containment surges to Hulk fire. Let's see. When electricity went out of control. I think that handsaw scene on the Army of Darkness. Yeah, Bruce Campbell. Yep. Evil Dead, Army of Darkness. Good movie. Bruce Campbell, what a freaking great actor, dude. Great actor. More than 1,700 pounds of cat. Uh-oh. People are shipping that cat drug, I guess, into America. Looks like Chicago. O'Hare International Airport. They brought a half a ton. Looks a lot of weird stuff at the Found Footage website. Weird on my feet, the happier I am. So I'm guessing because there's so many people from like the Middle East and North Africa in America now, that they're bringing in their favorite drugs like cat. My favorite type of electricity is a dead battery because you can charge it more. Oops. What up, Sir Reginald Blomquist?
Border Patrol. Hi, Steve. Can you hear me?
Casey, how you doing today?
Great. Thank you so much for joining us. So
Thank
just
you
to begin,
for
Steve,
joining
tell us a
us.
little bit about what this substance is and how is it pronounced? Cat?
It is actually pronounced cod. It is a stimulant, controlled substance. So people take this grassy, leafy substance and chew it.
What up,
and it
brother?
provides that stimulant that they're looking for.
And where exactly was this originating from that you found it at O'Hare? And was it so what was the country of origin, and then was it in someone's suitcase?
Not 1,100 pounds.
The three
Jeez.
individuals
Lately,
that
I've been
were
watching this
arrested
guy
are all
trying to
U.S.
cut a rock in half
citizens.
with a
They
piece
were
of
returning
rebar.
to the U.S. from Senegal.
Worth
So
a
on
try.
August 19th,
Cat's
two
Papa survives
individuals
if you
returned
open
from
to the band
Senegal.
30 years.
And they
Yeah. We actually watched a video on it a couple of days ago, like a whole video on Cat about like what they do, how they do it with lime and freaking whatever, and yeah, and then now you're finding it in American airports. Is cud not what cows chew? Cud? Yeah, cud is what cows chew. Hi, my name is.
had 755 pounds of cod. And then on the 20th, another individual returned from Senegal, and they had 417 pounds of khat in their luggage.
And Steve, what were they planning to do with it?
You go get you some space cow.
At this time. I mean, obviously, a lot of people like to go ahead and enjoy that substance, but with it being a controlled substance, it was seized at O'Hare.
Okay, and so we know that all three of those travelers were arrested and charged with controlled substance trafficking and manufacture.
I had some,
okay,
and it took
Steve,
hours
this
for any
is
effect.
stunning, but the street value of the items seized, over $140,000.
It is correct. I mean, and it varies depending on the street value, depending on the geographical location you're in. Sometimes the price will go up, sometimes the price will go down. But with it being here in Chicago, we estimated that's $140,000 as a street value for this.
Yeah.
And Steve,
so you think about it, the people that normally enjoy khat, the people that eat it in Somalia and just the Middle East and typically North East Africa, you can't get that in America. I mean, I guess somebody's trying to make it happen, but you would pay pennies for it, like 3 to 5 cents, I believe. What I heard for like a branch that's got a bunch of leaves on it, and that you'll chew that throughout the day. And then here they're like, we had to freaking get it from East Africa, Northeast Africa. So it's got to fly over, deal with it, so the price is going to go up. I wonder why. Maybe it's because I don't know if it's it's considered haram, because a lot of people in Muslim areas that they can't drink, they chew khat. So maybe they were trying to get a hold of some. I mean, obviously, you had 3 different people bringing hundreds of pounds each. Very bitter. Isn't defined drug in Denmark. It's outlawed just because it falls under psychoactive under legislation. So I heard that they put mix lye with it for like better absorption and whatnot. But usually the psychoactive compounds are bitter. Good fun. Yeah, right.
Or the Beagle Brigade that's at O'Hare. Was it one of those canines that sniffed out this drug, or was this someone who was working and an individual found it? 700
pounds, 400 pounds.
So our officers received some intelligence gathering. They're based on their expertise as well as the knowledge. They were able to go ahead and pull these individuals into secondary baggage, separate from everybody else, and inspect their bags where they found these bundles.
And talk a little bit about just what it takes for your team each and every day to be looking out for things that are being brought into the U.S. that shouldn't be. This is a job that never sleeps.
And it doesn't. It doesn't. Obviously, O'Hare being a major airport, it has a lot of traffic, and our officers are always watching, always asking questions, always wanting to know what you are bringing into the U.S. Obviously, a lot of these items are prohibited. We talked about the agriculture, so you have to worry about that as well as
the bugs that come in with it. I've had it with the Somalians, frankly. You've had it with them? 700 pounds, like fake news, get it on the right. 700 pounds is freight. Right. Why wouldn't they? Khat, K-H-A-T. It's a leaf that they chew. It's a stimulant effect. And from what we learned about it the other day, I mean, I've known about it for decades, but we watched a video on it. And what I learned about it is that, or from watching it, is that they take these leaves and they mix a base with it. Like, you have acids and you have base. So they get this base like lye, and they mix that with it, and it helps the compounds absorb through the saliva, through the mouth better. Buccally, typically. So they chew it and I put it how you would do tobacco. The Israelis. Yeah. So and we have a lot of, we've had a lot of people from that area of the world, and from what they were talking about, they didn't say whether it was haram or not, but it's often used by people where it's illegal to drink, like Muslim nations where it's illegal to drink alcohol, so they just chew this stuff all day. I don't want USA to become a third world country. All right. Well, okay. Well, we got the data here. We got the data.
Counterfeit items, and then you have narcotics. So there's a lot of things that
go
go into
counterfeit
our
items and
officers
narcotics.
finding these things at our ports of entry across the nation to make sure that we stop these.
Yeah, I can't believe they didn't ship it as freight. Like, why would you not like listen, I'm not the smartest man in the world, but if I was trying to import a bunch of leafy substance like that, I would reclassify it, like misclassify it as something else, like garden shrubbery, like freaking decorative freaking blah blah blah, and send a whole bunch of it with some vases and stuff rather than just packing it into your luggage. Police in the UK use AI to create news today. You can search up UK police creamfields, dig up drugs. There's so many things wrong with the image. UK police creamfields? Right. Just don't freaking pack it hundreds of pounds. Like, what's the average bag weigh? Like 40 to 60 pounds? And they bring over a 700 pound or a couple of bags that weigh 700 pounds? Yeah, they do that. But yeah, let's see if we can find it. Come on. There we go. Creamfields is a festival. Okay. Chester police uncovered a large stash of illegal drugs buried underground at Creamfields Festival site ahead of the August bank holiday. Items found. Okay, so there's an image. What the hell is that? Maybe they wanted it to look like they did a much bigger bust. They found like a bag of pot, and they were like, "Look what we found." What's the actually? I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm guessing it's gonna be the dopaminergic dopamine system. Yeah, like it's gonna be like speed. So it's kind of like what the South America where they have coca, but they process coca into cocaine. But in the Middle East and in Africa, they have where they just could chew it. There are farmers and people that work in South America that also chew it, just because they can just rip it off and just chew on it and have a little more than a caffeine buzz. And that's what they say. They say it's like a caffeine nicotine type buzz, but a little stronger. Yeah, a little late tonight. Yeah. I had a freaking this morning. I had to pick up a U-Haul at freaking 10 a.m. and then I had to go load up a whole bunch of crap and then move the truck and then load up a whole bunch of more crap and just got finished up around 8 o'clock ish. God alive, brother. I've had a drought, haven't had rain in weeks. The grass is green. The shovel is buried like a spade. Yeah, sure is. It's just sticking out of the ground right over there. Right, yeah. So someone was going to have to smuggle a shovel into a concert, tens of thousands of people. Check Discord mechanics. I posted a video. It's like that. Okay. There you go. That's a lot of freaking fast cars moving quick, brother. They're so close to each other. Nice. All right, let's see what's going on. Streamer mode enabled. Yeah. I mean, listen, if someone knew that there was drugs, and that's probably $1 million worth or a couple $100,000, that was your weekend out and about, right at the finish line. Going real fast and real left. Yep. Go fast, make a left. Go fast, make a left. Go fast, make a left. That's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, we knew it was we knew it was coming. Like that's their favorite stuff over there. And if they're here now, it doesn't grow here. And one of the very odd things is that a lot of the farmers in those areas where cot is often used is they get more money growing cot than growing food. So they're having food supply problems because the farmers aren't growing food. They're growing cot. And it's crazy. It's crazy. Fatal fog. Uh-oh. At least one. SpaceX, that's Starbase. Uh-oh. So SpaceX is building another starbase in Louisiana. China probes Fort Cabbage were dipped in formaldehyde. You gotta be kidding me.
Authorities in China are investigating reports formaldehyde is being used by multiple producers to preserve the freshness of cabbages. Officials in Hebei province say they have verified video which shows cabbages being dipped into a solution. The substance is commonly used in the embalming process and is linked to cancer. For more on this, our China correspondent Alison Horn joins me now from Beijing. Alison, good to have you with us. Now, what do we know about the allegations emerging that cabbage producers are using formaldehyde?
Yeah, this has really rocked China over here. Food safety is taken incredibly seriously, given there have been so many scandals over the years.
Really sound like a story to make people wear a
cot. This has come to light, not necessarily.
It was 1,100 and some odd pounds. One person had 700. One person had 400. Yeah, it wasn't 7 pounds. It was 700 pounds. Uh-oh. It was 700 pounds. It was 1,100 pounds. One person had 700. One person had 400. This is why I refuse to buy any edible product. Yeah, it's rough, dude. Listen, even the toys, dude. Listen, they made so much paint base, lead paint base, back when lead was okay to use in paint. And they still have it. They still have hundreds of millions of gallons of paint base. So they'll paint it on the toys that they're exporting. And so your kids can be sitting there playing around, scraping the paint off of their Chinese toy and eating lead paint.
From authorities, but from a citizen investigator who went around farms testing,
I wouldn't have made the news where 700 pounds of news. Right.
Figure out whether or not the food that is coming off farms is safe in China. He went to the biggest cabbage producing region in China, Hebei. And while he was there, he noticed that they were dipping the cabbages from the ground into some sort of bucket and before putting them onto the truck. And he managed to get his hands on a few of these cabbages, sent them off for testing, and it showed that they had formaldehyde on them. Following this video being posted on social media, it caught the attention of authorities, which immediately launched an investigation.
And it says formaldehyde in English.
That several cabbages have been found to have been.
I grow my own bok choy.
Affected and have this formaldehyde chemical in some sort of capacity. It's really hard for.
If you're trying to kill off a bunch of your poor, that's what you would do.
Know exactly how widespread this is. It's not the kind of information that authorities are giving out, but I spoke with the man who went and basically exposed this earlier today, and he was kind of saying to me how shocked he was.
But it's not good for you. That's why they put it in you after you're dead. Anything that stops or slows rotting is bad for the human body, especially when it's alive, because digestion is basically controlled rotting, right? It's the controlled breakdown of the foods into the chemical components that your body can use. So if you stop that process, your body can't get nourished properly. So you don't want these compounds that act like preservatives on your food. In you. You don't want them in you at all. Yeah. One thing I will say, if you haven't been to NASCAR, it's as loud as with even with the earplugs, the ear protection headphones. I still feel the rumble in your seat. So I have, I got to go to the one down here in Georgia to set up Wi-Fi. They didn't have Wi-Fi for the people in the stands and everything, so I had to set up Wi-Fi shots and a mesh network. And so I was there. They some loud cars. But every time I walk by a driver, I'll be like, "Hey, dude, I think there's something wrong with your exhaust. Catalytic converter might be clogged." What? NASCAR at the post office. All right, let's see what's going on here. You got junk mail? Yep, I get it every day. Almost every day. I don't want to lie to you. All right, let's see. Rest in peace, Dolly Parton. The collapse of American colleges. Good. Beyond willpower, alcohol in the wild. The sea rushed in. Yeah, that guy's a wackadoo. MSG is not what you think.
Why does a tiny white
Soggy
crystal made
bottom
from
boys.
tropical cassava roots and sugarcane?
Very high horsepower. Yeah, they know what they're doing. What up, Veneral? Dun, 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 dun. There we go. All right, let's see what's going on.
Tastes like rich meat broth,
Yep, MSG,
even though it
buddy.
contains zero meat. Right here in this
Monosodium
shaker is
glutamate.
monosodium glutamate, better known around the world as MSG. For decades, millions of families were told this kitchen powder was dangerous. People claimed it caused sudden headaches and racing heartbeats after dining out. But inside giant modern factories, giant steel tanks are quietly making thousands of tons of it every single day. The true story of how MSG is made turns out to be pure agricultural magic.
Yeah.
Today, we will step inside the factory to see how simple garden crops are turned into pure, savory flavor.
Hold on,
To understand
hold on.
MSG, we
Hold on, this seems a little too produced. All right, looks all right. Not AI. All right.
first need to look at what this white crystal actually
I've
is.
become a very dubious all news lately. The news seems to have become an outlet of awareness, a vehicle to increase people's appetite for legislation. Yeah, they want to. Yeah, well, especially where you're talking about in general, in totality. I agree. It like it's not. It's a show about sex and violence and how to destroy your own country. Like most of our news agencies in America, they hate America. They cheer when bad things happen. Like if something happens in when the Iran thing was going on, they were talking about how it looks like Iran's winning, this and that. And they were like, Trump screwed this up. Like, so you're happy? Like you would like a lot of Americans to die just so Trump looks bad? It's really crazy. Venereal. Venereal. The track. I go to a local New Hampshire Magic Mile Speedway, louder than Atlanta. That track's because mostly all flat 2-7 bank sounds like ping pongs. Most people don't know, but almost every single fast food has MSG in it and Chinese food flavor enhancer. The thing's mainstream news was much more credible when they were telling us Joe Biden was fine when he's walking around in circles. Yeah. America has bad war history. Yeah, I agree. And when you find out why, what's been going on with a lot of the politicians, like why they do things, they were doing it for personal gain. They were a lot of things that they were doing was wackadoo. This is why we need better politicians. And we did it to ourselves a lot. Like after World War II, especially after as I said, definitely after Vietnam. We got rid of so much of our manufacturing that in order to reset the clock on all the our economy that we lost, they would have a war to reset the economy. and then get super rich reselling stuff. The mainstream news is the enemy within. I agree. MSG is actually from Japan and not China. It's from both. Excuse me, sir. Mainstream news is the enemy. I agree. Venereal. Veneral bleeds a venereal. Did you know that there are people, African zombies, wondering about chewing cat? I almost had no effect compared to weed. It's just candy. Yeah, I caught you. Caught it. I thought it sounded like a ping pong sound of the car bouncing because ping pong, because a banking sound. It is sound escape. The sound bounces, making a lot harder, making it louder. What up, Base Shade? Vancouver, Washington. Thank you, brother. Welcome, my friend.
The story begins on sunny farms across tropical Southeast Asia. Cassava grows best in warm tropical climates with sandy, well-drained soil.
So
Farmers plant cassava by taking stem cuttings from healthy, mature plants. They press these woody cuttings horizontally or vertically into the soft earth, spaced exactly 1 meter apart. Underground, the roots begin to sprout thick fibers within just 2 weeks. For 8 to 12 months, the green leaves absorb blazing tropical sunlight above ground. Below ground, the plant stores energy by packing dense starch into heavy, swollen tuber roots. Farmers know the cassava is ready when the green leaves begin to turn yellow and drop off. Workers use iron levers and heavy gloved hands to pull the underground roots straight out of the soil. Each harvested root looks like a long brown log with a tough outer skin and bright white starch inside.
So this is the start.
At the same time, neighboring fields are filled with tall, thick green stalks of sugarcane. Sugarcane is planted by laying stalk pieces called seed canes into deep soil furrows. The cane grows rapidly for 12 to 14 months, building up rich natural sugars inside its fibrous core. Now you may be wondering why sugarcane molasses is needed to make MSG when glucose is already available from cassava. It's very simple. Starch mainly provides glucose as a carbon and energy.
All right, hold on. I remember when that drug will come, people all known it was my favorite people to spy, and they outlawed it. They should have just outlawed spy immigration. Well, yeah, what up, Walrus? Yeah, well, yeah. So it looks like they're undoing a lot of that, but we'll see.
Source. Molasses add vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients that can support bacterial growth and help improve glutamic acid production, which increases the amount of MSG. Then trucks transport the cassava roots and sugarcane to the processing mills. Workers dump the heavy cassava roots into huge rotating washing drums. High-pressure water jets blast away every grain of mud, sand, and brown outer skin. Now clean and white, the roots pass over screens that remove extra water. Then they go up a long conveyor belt into the main factory. Workers quickly pick out damaged roots by hand. The healthy roots then drop into a fast shredding machine. Inside this machine, fast-spinning discs shred the cassava into wet, white pulp. This breaks open every plant cell to let the starch come out. Technicians check the pulp by hand to make sure it is fine. Then they heat the mixture to 85 degrees Celsius to get it ready for the next step with enzymes. But bacteria cannot eat raw starch. The mash is heated to 85 to 105 degrees Celsius. Then 2 enzymes are added. Alpha amylase makes it liquid, and glucoamylase breaks it down into pure glucose sugar that bacteria can use. At the same time, on the sugar line, big steel rollers press the shredded sugar cane very hard. They squeeze out a steady stream of thick, sweet juice from every fiber. The leftover fiber fuels the factory boilers, giving power to the whole facility. The sweet juice is boiled down into thick, dark molasses. Just 2.0 to 2.4 kilograms of this molasses will later make 1 kilogram of finished MSG crystals. At the Ajinomoto factory, inside a huge tank that can hold 500,000 liters liquid, the temperature is kept carefully between 31.5 degrees Celsius and 33 degrees Celsius. Now, the dark molasses is mixed in tanks. From dirty roots and raw sugarcane, we now have pure glucose. It is ready to feed the tiny living workers that will turn it into savory seasoning. Each tiny microbe works like a tiny natural factory. It takes in simple sugar through its cell wall and changes it into natural glutamic acid. The secret is that biotin is kept very low, below 5 micrograms per liter. This makes the microbe's cell wall leaky, so glutamic acid flows out into the liquid. This process runs non-stop for 24 to 40 hours for each batch. By the end, the liquid has 100 to 150 grams of glutamic acid per liter. That is what builds the strong, savory taste. Under a powerful microscope, you can see billions of smooth, rod-shaped bacteria called Corynebacterium glutamicum.
Yeah, so getting a little crazy with the fuel shortage of the gas. So my next door neighbors, they actually just moved out. Well, he died about a year and a half ago, and she moved out about a year ago. Fedor and Ludmila Sustakow, they were super pissed at Putin, and this was up until about, like I said, about a year and a half ago. They still had family there and whatnot that were trying to get around. But yeah, apparently things have gone a little haywire, especially after the introduction or the beginning of the Ukraine war. And apparently a lot is being spent. And I think there's the sanctions and stuff are also having a thing to do with it. But what will it looks like there's a lot of money being spent on things. But you know, you get yourself into a war like that, you're going to screw up, and not getting any Iranian oil either. Even though you would expect they didn't need it, but I think it was being traded through to the Chinese. But yeah, that's rough, Michael, brother. Two things more annoying than AI narration: the people that complain about AI, the people that complain about the people that complain about the AI. Then there are the people that complain about that. My master's final year project was carried out a sugar factory that produces sugar from sugar beets. Yeah, we do a lot of sugar from sugar beets and sugar cane here in America. It's getting out of hand. I think I'm going to change my voiceover to an Ecuadorian. And midget? There are people. All right.
These living organisms are the real biological engine behind the world's most concentrated savory seasoning. Next hydrochloric acid lowers the pH to exactly 3.2. This is the isoelectric point of glutamic acid. At this point, raw glutamic acid crystals form and fall out of the liquid. Horizontal vacuum belts pull the dark fermented mixture across moving filter cloths. The cloth lets the concentrated liquid...
Listen, our education system has screwed up a lot of people. Absolutely. They believe that this is the best for the world. They've got no idea. Like, when you talk to them about economics or anything, they don't know what they're talking about. They've got no idea. And you have a lot of very emotional people, a lot of people that have been on the edge just thinking the world was going to end because of climate change. Like people that didn't have babies, that didn't, get into like good, caring, loving relationships because they just figured, what's the use? Let's just have sex with whoever we can have sex with, blah, 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 because the world's going to end because the politicians are screwing up because of climate change. So like you have a lot of people, and then as they start to realize that the world's not over yet, now they get resentful that they get put through this, and they're told that it's one party that's causing this feeling in them. According to this, people like Trump tariffs because it's better for America. It gets done in the butt rather than a level playing field. Yeah. According to this, they have tariffs. Yeah, but half of the play about bull money can't see anything. The voice is everything to me. But of course, most of that's gay. Yeah, you said it like 75 times.
Pass through, but catches the used bacteria and cell material. To turn the cloudy brown liquid into pure white seasoning, workers stir in black activated carbon powder. The carbon acts like a magnet and grabs onto the dark plant colors. The result is amazing. The dark black liquid comes out of the filter completely clear, like water. In the factory, huge hydraulic filter presses close under high pressure. They squeeze the carbon-treated liquid through cloth chambers. This makes sure no carbon dust gets into the final product. This clear liquid is piped into holding tanks.
Dust.
It has the exact ratio for MSG monohydrate, 78% glutamate, 12% sodium, and 10%...
So, have you ever seen Greta Thunberg's sister? Once you do, you'll realize why she's such an attention hog. They're based in feelings. Okay, please. Right, because they can't get past the feelings part to think straight. That's why his name is Venereal Discharge. All right. Yeah. Look. Well, you can't see it, Papa Bear, but her sister, Greta Thunberg's sister, is a thought. All right, Siraj. Have a good night, brother. Thank you for swinging in. Greta Thunberg's sister. Oh, come on. Greta Thunberg's sister. Where is she at? Where is she at? Where is she at? Oh, man. All right, let me zoom in on this. All right, so there's Greta and Greta Thunberg's sister. All right, you saw, okay. Yeah, everybody does. Right, but now you can see why she wants all the attention. She doesn't care about Palestine. She doesn't care about climate change. She doesn't care about oil. She doesn't care about whatever the next thing that she says she cares about is. She doesn't care about that. She doesn't get the attention from the people that she wants the attention from, that like her sister does. And so she's like, she's going to do what she can to get famous, to get looked at, to get attention, to get glazed. Where's she at? Who, Greta or Greta's sister? Her sister's a moose. I don't think that's her sister though. I think it's her sister, dude. I think it's her sister. Yeah, there she is. That's her sister, dude. Yeah, attention syndrome, right? Oh no. I don't watch any. I mean, I watch whatever we watch here on stream. I don't have a television that I watch. I don't watch any of the news stations. I don't believe any of them. Yeah, so her sister was conventionally attractive, let's say, and what now is married and has kids, and Greta is just like a dumpy, So, it makes sense. You see people that act like this all the time. The ugly duckling of the family. It's chopped liver. Yeah. I watch Fox News because it has all the hot chicks. If you watch the media, it's like Rachel Maddow, gays like Don Lemon. Yeah, that's definitely part of it too. Okay, let's see.
And water. Inside vacuum evaporators, the liquid boils at a low temperature so the seasoning is not damaged. Water evaporates, the liquid becomes super set.
But like the thing is, if people don't look into stuff, they think she's the champion for all of this stuff. They've got but that's all they know of her. But you say, why? Do you think she really cares? You think she really cares that much? Let's see. Let's look at her family. And then you see her sister, and you're like, oh, I totally see what's going on here. She don't care about any of this. Every time she she starts dropping off the internet, she comes up with something new that she cares about so much, and does another thing. Like when they were trying to bring aid to Gaza, apparently the only food on the boat was sandwiches for the people on the boat. So like, what were they bringing? They knew they were going to be stopped. They absolutely knew that they were going to be stopped. They weren't a flotilla. They knew. They wanted television cameras. The left. These kids look so unhappy, typically Nordic. My uncle used to think Greta was cute until she turned. Jeez, Tupac. Typical Nordic. Bull monkey's Nordic. Uh-oh, Walrus. Uh-oh, Walrus is racist. There's a rumor about Greta Thunberg that she likes to go to the toilet and grab poop out of it, rub it all over her body. Maybe.
Saturated and pure white needle-shaped crystals form. Then high-speed centrifuges spin them dry until they contain less than 0.5% water. High-speed basket centrifuges spin out the remaining water with strong force. Then hot filtered air at 80 to 100 degrees Celsius blows through the crystals and tumbles them until they are completely dry. Vibrating sieves sort every crystal to the same size. Then a shining stream of pure white MSG falls into a finished pile, ready for kitchens around the world. Yeah, I heard
that too.
Outside the plant, engineers monitor biological treatment ponds. Part of the factory's
I remember, you're from America, Bull Monkey. I was trying to trigger up Walrus. There's a similar story about Mark Zuckerberg. I was in a vessel distressed. He was in his yacht, and his yacht was the closest distressed vessel. They ignored the call for help. Nah, he just lives in Denmark, Walrus. He's from America.
Waste process. For every 1 kilogram of MSG, about 1.5...
There you go. He's from England. The UK. There you go. The UK.
5 to 2 liters of liquid organic waste and 0.2 kilograms of wet bacteria must be safely treated. Sample jars capture the journey. from cloudy waste to clean water safely returned to nature.
All right, I want to know
Leftover
what-
farm materials are pressed into dense biomass fuel pellets.
And fed
These
back to
pellets
cows?
supply clean, renewable energy back to the factory boilers in a
Oh, there you go.
complete zero-waste loop. In lab tests, every test confirms this seasoning meets the highest food-grade safety standards.
Yeah, my
One
left
more fact,
frickin' butt
1
cheek.
teaspoon of MSG has
Technically
only
English
480 milligrams of
descendant of
sodium.
the North.
That is 69% less than the same amount of table salt. Inside the packaging room, workers take
What's
big
wrong
bags
with
of
Norris, man?
MSG and
Yeah,
pour
no,
them into the
I'm guessing walrus is from Morocco, so I'm guessing they have just like there's what do you call those freaking things? Stereotypes, so it's whatever stereotypes I hear. All right, let's see. This better not be freaking black caulk.
Can I interest either of you in a little Coke?
Sure, I'll take some Coke, man.
Yeah, you want a little K? Hold on. There's a little K for you. Can I interest either of you in a little Coke?
Sure, I'll take some Coke, man.
Yeah, you want a little K? Hold on. There's a little K for you. Can I
Freaking kids are so stupid these days. So this is when I was a kid, I would carry around. I had a buddy. His name was Peter, and back in the day, like in like the 70s and 80s, or maybe early 90s, kids would like glue letters of their name, wooden letters cut out on their door, to like Peter's room. Well, the P had broken off, so I used to carry the P around with me. And I would, like, if I got stopped by the police or anything, or if we were doing something skateboarding, police would come up and tell us to leave or whatever, I'd be like, officer, I really gotta pee. And he'd be like, what? And I'd be like, no, I really gotta pee. I would do that all the time. And this was back before freaking cell phone cameras. You don't have to worry about talking about Nordic land unless it's controlled by the Muslim. Richard, you have seen the dog milk taste testing video? Dog milk taste? No. That's a good way to forget. Yeah, right. Yeah. That's why I'm saying kids are stupid these days. They're so freaking dumb. Oh, yes. I'm very familiar with that, too. Red Rocket. All right, let's see. I probably won't touch one for the rest of my life. Dumb woman catches felony at the zoo. I think it was an advertisement for PETA. Okay, we'll see what I can find. Dog milk. Milk. Testing? What was it? Taste test. Red Robin. I mean, there's a video. Okay. SpaceX has spent $100 billion on a new star based in Louisiana. Yes, $100 billion that will help the Louisiana economy greatly. No, yeah, it absolutely will. It absolutely will. Yeah. So the construction workers, families, the restaurants, the fuel, the surrounding industry that supply SpaceX with what they need, material fabrication shops. No, it's going to be huge. It's going to be really, really huge. And they're also creating TerraFab, or is that what it's called? Yeah, TerraFab, I believe, which is a huge chip fabrication site. Elon Musk is a visionary. Yeah, he definitely is. A lot of people hate him, because he likes Trump or whatever. But I mean, he's doing a lot more for freaking industry in America than anybody else. America. No, what was that right thing? Oh, damn it. Always goes to freaking Facebook.
Dog milk? Yeah, dog milk instead of cow's milk. So want to try?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could possibly argue that it's even better for you.
It tastes like regular chocolate.
It tastes like regular chocolate, right? Yeah, so we have humane farms all over the country as well. She's spent, in other words, she can't produce milk any longer at a profitable rate. She's too old,
So we're going to kill her.
So she was rescued for promotions like this. but most of the dogs, they'll go through about, 3 to 5 pregnancies. And then once they're spent at about 4 or 5 years old, we do kill them, but we, humanely do it. Using.
So he's trying to talk about milk, right? About what happens to the cows. I can't believe those idiots have bumper stickers on their cars saying, "I bought this car before you went crazy." Yeah, they're crazy. 100 billion is quite a bit of money, more than all my assets. Yeah, mine too. The Debs and leftists would love dog butt smell test. Freaking wackadoo. Wackadoo. All right. Yeah, they're definitely doing a rebranding. There's no reason that.
Do you know where the cock is?
Pardon me?
Do you know where the cock is?
Get a good silicone cock. That's going to last a while. It's a little more expensive, but it'll stand up.
How long is it?
Freaking space cow. I can't wait until I do. Yeah, you get you one. You get you one, bull monkey. What up, Georgie? With Patterson, just found a pair of Nikes in the dumpster, but I put right on top. I'm in a great mood, single 100%. There you go, Georgie. How you doing, Patterson? All right, let's see. Freaking space cow. That's played out. Elon Musk is opening $20 billion chip factory here in Austin, Texas. Yeah, right. Imagine, okay, so you're going to have people that will work there, right? Sure. And then you're going to have the surrounding industry, where those people go to eat, where they get their clothes cleaned, dry cleaning, where they buy shoes, where they buy clothes, where they shop, the bars they go to, the cars they drive, where they buy tires, where they buy gas. It's going to be unbelievable for the industry, even if only, a couple hundred people work in the building itself. Which will probably be way more than that. I'll go find the dog milk video. All right. The South Park milk video is way better. Yeah, we ain't watching. I can't watch it. I can't watch copyrighted stuff on stream. Like freaking South Park. All right, let's see. All right, scientists making bees robbed twice within a week. Oh, it says it was cancer that got Dolly Parton, brief illness with cancer. Downtown Julie Brown. You from Baltimore? Trice? Rogers panic. Thank you, Trice Rogers. Are you from Baltimore? You from Maryland? But, all right, let's see. That was MTV. I was thinking, no, I could have sworn she was on the radio in Baltimore. Yeah, Sirius XM DJ, Club MTV. It's called Could You Stomach This from Patalk. Is that not what we just watched? Thank God we got some Elon. Yep. I have local rent will explode. I have firework on a power station in England. And he gets an extra $3,000 a month on his allowance. His rent, his normal house is $1,200 a month. Dang. Do you recall what astronomical event happens Thursday night? The Leonids? The Perseus already happened, right? It's the Leonids, right? So we can't back up a trailer. Did you see the next one? Watch the next video, John. I get successful. The real reason rent's going up because property taxes, insurance. Yeah, the real reason rent's going up is because, well, we won't get into it, but that's only part of the reason. The real reason rent's going up is because the homeless in America are American homeless. That means the homes that could fit Americans that are being sold and the rooms that are being put in are the mass migration. A lot of this, like if you look at all the homes now going on the market in Ohio, just from the Haitian temporary protected status being ended, there's like 10,000 more houses going on the market now. As this happens and all these homes free up, they're going to have to compete with each other, which means there's going to be a lot of homes available, which that will drop the price for homes. $3,000 is just for a room in a house.
I come in and take a seat. Thanks for coming. So this is a focus group for a new dairy brand. Would you like to try new milk? Give it a try.
Can I taste it?
Yeah, it's for you. Tell me what you think. Have a taste.
Tastes kind of sweet as well.
Yeah. Sweet.
Well, Jersey milk is nice.
White. It seems whiter than white.
This is a smooth. It's like a milkshake, basically, but smooth.
That's regular cow's milk?
No.
It's dog's milk.
What?
Yes, dog's milk.
Dog milk?
Dog milk?
Why you give me? I drink dog milk.
I drink dog milk.
This is produced by a dog. You should have said that first.
You should have said that first.
Dog milk.
Instead of cow milk.
Yes.
Shame.
Shame. Democrats got rights to go and complain about things. Right, yeah, because they don't care. The bill, there are more Democrat billionaires than Republican billionaires. When they say tax the billionaires, they only bring up the Republican ones. They don't bring up George Soros and freaking what the hell is the guy's name? Microsoft guy, Bill Gates. You never hear. You only hear them bring up a couple of right wing. The only close to left wing when they bring up is the Amazon guy, but that's because he's supporting Trump. Oddly enough, right? So, but everybody else, there's 989 billionaires in America, and they only ever bring up like 4 names, and they're all Democrat, Republicans. Democrats fight President Trump at every cause to go up. Yeah, they do.
Would you drink it?
You know there's pus in cow's milk.
What do you mean by pus? Is that like a fence?
Like pus, like stuff you get from boils.
Oh my god, are you kidding?
No.
Wow.
There will be a big advertising campaign that will explain all of this.
Don't use that picture.
It's disgusting.
Are you being serious?
What do you mean? What's the difference? You freaking absolute asinine insane. What do you mean? What's the difference? It's the amount of milk you get from each animal. What's the difference? Gestation time. All right, Bull Monkey. Have a good night, brother. Somebody actually did something that gives them like that. A bunch of fools. Bunch of dead. I saw Ilana Mars on a filter against this also under rights investigation. Yeah, apparently she didn't she lied on her immigration form or something. Bernie Sanders used to say tax the millionaires and billionaires. Yep. Make them pay what they call a fair share, but now it's because he's a millionaire. That's right. No, they're insane. They're insane. And this is one of those things. They don't care who they're hurting, who they upset. Like, how many of these people went to go have a doctor's visit and paid hundreds of dollars for like even if it's only 2 of them, still it's people that they shouldn't have had to do that. Like, and they're doing this just to say, well, don't drink milk. Well, where did you get the milk from for the test? Where did you get the milk from for the test? It wasn't from a dog. Absolutely not. So is it false advertising? Sue the hell out of these people. To be fair, I've seen several young mammals get adopted by mama cats and dogs. Young mammals get adopted by mama cats and dogs? Sure, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Yeah, but I'm talking about for humans. Like, if you're going to have milk production for humans, why would you use dogs and cats? You would use cows. Cows produce gallons of milk per cow per day, not freaking a couple of ounces. And they continue for a long time. It's crazy. Punch yourself in the face, Space Couch. Start with that. Back when John McCain was a piece of trash running press, Obama called him one. Democrats went wild, demonized him so badly. But of course, it turned against Trump, came out Trump. Well, so a lot of that stuff too, like, and all this I think will come out in the next 2 years. A lot of the people that are in in politics are mob. I would milk humans, but I keep getting slapped. I over supposedly married her brother, which is illegal, and supposedly it was for immigration. Is right. And of course, John McCain wasn't intelligent enough to criticize Trump policies personally at that. What up, crying fish? Boom, 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 boom. Da, 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 da. All right, let's see. Michigan environmental advocates for red swamp crawfish. Uh-oh. Yeah. They like that stuff. U.S. Southern Command lethal kinetic strike against a low-profile vessel alleged narcotics trafficking routes in the Eastern Pacific Ocean. Dang, jeez. Yeah, it looks like they are on their way out. Man, that's a freaking big boom. Look at that freaking high-speed boat, 3 engines. Jeez. Turned it into normalcy. What up, Raid? That's a kinetic strike for you right there. Yep. Jeez, man. Is it the same boat? That looks like it's got... Yeah, it's the same boat. Jeez. Yeah, that's serious. They probably know exactly where it came out of. They probably know exactly where it came out of. That's probably why they hit it. They wanted to get it. They wanted to get it outside of the view of the people that were loading up the most likely they knew where it came out of. The reason when female cats are in heat and they have kittens, the maternal instinct is strong. Yeah, they have I have one of the theoretical kinetic machine from space called Rod from God. So Rod from God is it can be steel, but typical talked about. It's not titanium. It is tungsten, a very heavy tungsten rod about the size of a telephone pole that's launched into space like normal satellites. And when the satellite gets over top of the area you want to bomb, you just slide it loose, give it a little push, and then gravity will do the rest. And the kinetic impact, the impact of that rod slamming into the earth from the gravity pulling it in is like freaking crazy. It looks like a Drugas. I don't think that was overkill. Listen, how many people would it have killed? So if they're trying, if their normal fentanyl running is no, like, remember, they were just packing people and bags full of fentanyl to carry across the border for 4 years, right? They could just walk right across the border and even get on a bus and go, and in some cases airplanes, and go wherever they wanted to go to distribute drugs around the United States, right? So imagine, since the border wall got secure, or the border got secure, they want to move as much as they can in each trip now, because it's so much more difficult to bring it over. So it probably would have been like 1,000 pounds. Wouldn't that strike be an environmental disaster? So I'm guessing a lot. You're gonna have it. Well, first of all, you're probably gonna dilute whatever the fireball didn't incinerate. Yeah, you're going to have a local toxicity issue, but it would dilute out so quickly because you got a lot of water. Yeah, it's basically a telephone pole of tungsten. Tungsten rods the size of a school bus. So I heard there's 4 in the school bus size release platform. So the space shuttle had about a school bus size worth of storage space, space, and from what I heard, they could hold 4. So each one held 4 telephone pole rods in a. But I mean, I guess nowadays you got freaking Starship and stuff like that. You could probably put much bigger hunks. Why the products are denied and entry into the movie? The clerk said you have to at least call Bowman to enter. It's a B vitamin joke. B movie, B vitamin. That's what we're talking about. Environmental disasters. We already have Palestine, Ohio, Fukushima, the rest of it. Stop trying to use it against certain stuff. Certain things. I'm tired of hearing all these environmentalist wackos here since the 70s. I just want to apologize for staring at your butt cheeks. It was the wrong thing to do. The U.S. has decided to revoke 400,000 visa applications. So has China. China and Iran also. Like they're calling back a lot of their citizens, and they're canceling a lot of their visa holders. Won't let them return, because how do you know? Think about how many spies Iran, China, Russia sent to the United States while the border was open. Imagine. People think about like, oh, the border was down. It's just Mexicans and people from South America that want a better life. But how many spies do you think got sent over? So how do they not know that there's not people that have been flipped, and when they fly back in, or people that have requested visas in those, that you're not going to get spies back, right? And one of the big reasons, like the Arab countries, a lot of the Arab countries don't like Israel, is because there's Arab Israelis. Right. And so if you set up spies that look like Arabs, and then they go and they're, I mean, so obviously there was a spy in the ranks of the IRGC that told the Israelis and the Americans where Ahmadinejad, or whatever the guy's name was, can't remember his name. I think it was Ahmadinejad, where he was the supreme leader, and so they knew exactly where to hit. So all of these other countries understand that too, that there's spies in America, and there's spies and there's spies within their ranks. How do they know who they are? So they're trying to do that. They're trying to, it's spycraft. At least they get no radiation, right? Just a lot of heat and a lot of freaking, a lot of sonic energy, and basically a mini earthquake. We don't need to bring I know a hand of God and each rod would be like God giving you the finger. We'll try it. It says it was in it. Yeah, they will say that. Drug smugglers in Venezuela, high-speed cigarette boats, just fishermen. At night, they're fishing at 4:00 in the morning at 60 miles an hour on the water. Yep, it's a lot of lies. Not a B movie. The B6 was denied entry because you have to be 12 or older. Gaza's going to be ethnically cleansed. I would hope that's not the case. I would hope that's not the case. I want everybody to stop dying. We are rich enough as a world that there doesn't need to be all this bullshit going on. There doesn't need to be all this death. a lot of time this death happens because of blood feuds, tribal blood feuds and whatnot. And it's got to stop. Once this generation, like the boomer generation, dies off in all of these countries, you're going to see a lot more peace around the world. You're definitely going to have warlords and stuff still. You're still going to have cartels. You're still going to have mafia. You're still going to have mafia gangs and whatnot. You're still going to have crime syndicates, drug cartels, all of that. You're still going to have all that. But it's best to deal with them and not have to deal with an entire country with the power and wealth of a country. Turkey, Syria, and Israel have a ton of tensions right now. Iranian hackers also shut down a power plant in the UK. I mean, it's probably true. Yeah. I mean, if they can get in, everything's run by computer. I mean, so it wouldn't be difficult to put everything in yep. All eyes on Sudan. Khomeini. Yeah. Khomeini. There you go. Yeah. Dolly Parton died today. Yeah. What up, Tony? Yeah. Mostly peaceful. Right. Mostly peaceful fishermen. Won't stop till Jesus Christ returns. That's right, brother. That's right, brother. Here's some mostly peaceful fishermen. Pieces of mostly peaceful fishermen. So they're not messing around anymore. Like I remember just like 10 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. No, not 5, 10 years ago. They would just take out the engines. They would have helicopters and they would have snipers and they would just take out the engines and then they would have a boat come up and arrest the people. I guess they're done with that. Yeah. Yeah, that'll stop you. And if you look at like what's been done in El Salvador, like if you look at the voting, the election turnouts in South America, just in the past 2.5 years, almost all of South America has voted in right-wing government. So you had El Salvador clean itself up in like a year. Right? And then here, look. South American countries with right-wing governments.
South America has 12 sovereign countries, including Argentina, Brazil, Chile, and Colombia. Other countries are Bolivia, Ecuador.
Soft don't cry. Republicans can't get anything done. Uniparty stupidity. Yeah. Well, I think we're going to see a third party. The Democrats they're not going to be able to do anything. They're not going to be able to push anything through 2026. I like the DSA is anti-Democrat. The Republicans are anti-Democrat. The Democrats are saying woke one was crazy. Like we went a little too far. What part was too far? Absolutely crazy. So now they're saying we did all this stuff. We canceled a bunch of people, made a bunch of people violent and angry, and we were wrong. Okay, cool. What are you going to do about it? Well, the main thing that you would do, like if you were a business, is you would rebrand. So I think the idea with the DSA was to test the waters. And that didn't work. So now what are you going to do? You're going to have to rebrand. So there's going to have to be a schism. The Democrats and the DSA are going to have to split, but then they won't have enough government. Nobody's donating to the Democrats. The Democrat, the DNC, they say that it basically stands for do not contribute. They're still in debt. They're still in debt from the Kamala Harris campaign. So why you didn't have some billionaire just donate $20 million to get them out of debt? No, and George Soros hasn't donated yet for the midterms. So that's crazy. Dismantle the Electoral College. Whatever happened to the guy who would have joined the NBA? He showed up at the WNBA and they kicked him out. They had him escorted out. This was like yesterday or the day before. I think by 28, we might see 2 more parties, DSA and MAGA. I think you're going to see an American First Democrat type party. You're going to have to. They're going to have to. They understand that they absolutely went anti-America. That's why, like, I talk about this a lot. Pennsylvania had a million and a half more registered Democrats than Republicans in 2012. And now they have 20,000 more. So those people had to go on a website or fill out a form saying, I'm no longer a Democrat. I'm either now a Republican or an independent. So that means that they're most likely not going to be voting Democrat, or they wouldn't have changed their allegiance. I just learned that we're 40 trillion in debt. Yeah. I think that's going to be for a short time. I'll tell you why. And we talked about this a little bit yesterday. Tell us what have you. Yeah, we'll see what happens. So in October 16th, 14th, or 16th, Alberta, Canada votes to leave Canada. If they leave Canada, if they become a sovereign state, great. They're going to start doing business with America. They want to sell oil to America. So if they leave, if they become an American territory or an American state, then great. Then we got their oil. They've got 3 times the amount of oil as Texas. So right now we've got oil coming in from Venezuela. 50% of the oil pulled out of the ground in Venezuela comes to the United States. Then we've got Texas, Louisiana, all those other oil producing states. And now we're having a pipeline built. Now the XL pipeline is being rebuilt. Japan needs help with their currency. The Chinese currency is crashing. So the biggest holders of American debt is China and Japan. Japan first, then China. I think something will be done to cancel that debt. I just counted more gray hairs on my head. Yeah. So they needed 125,000 signatures to request to put separation on the ballot, and they got 250,000 signatures. So they got twice the signatures that was required. So that means there's a lot of people that are willing to vote to say we want to leave, because Ontario spends Alberta is where most of the resources, the natural resources, come out of the ground for the whole of Canada, and Ontario spends all that money, and only like 75 cents for each dollar pulled out of the ground comes back to Alberta. What up, Robert? Quantitative easing. Yep. Quantitative easing. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So here's 2022. Okay. Okay. So red is left wing. Blue is right wing. In 2022, the entirety of South America was left wing. In 2025, all of those countries are now right wing. And it's 2026 now, so you're probably going to see even more than that. This is unfreaking believable. This is unbelievable. Because the border is shut, you're not getting the hundreds of millions or billions of dollars that are spent from people around the world traveling through South America to get to America's southern border. Yeah, Trudeau destroyed Canada. I agree. But this is unbelievable. So blue is right wing in South America. It's the opposite of what we have here. Red is Republican, blue is Democrat in America. So right wing is red, but in South America, blue is right wing. So half the freaking land mass is now right wing. And that was 2025. So yeah, and there's a lot, like even Denmark. Denmark was forcing their migrants to like learn Danish. You can't wear face coverings. You have to speak Danish. You can't have the 5 daily prayers in public school. And that was their left-wing government. And they voted in a right-wing government, I want to say this year. SpongeBob, happy opposite day. Happy opposite day. So things are going very, 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 very different in the world. The internet isn't a real place. It's not real life. You have a lot of bots. You have a lot of NPCs that just repeat things that they hear from their higher ups. But if you actually look at the data, don't just get into arguments with people. Just look at the data, look at the trends of the world, look at the money, follow the money, see what's going on. So Japan and China are two very important places if you want to understand what's going on in America, because they hold most of American debt. Japan holds the most, then China. China's hurting because of Iran. They're hurting. Their stock market is crashing. Japan's yen is unstable. The only people that can stabilize that's the American government to help out, and so that's happening, and something will be worked out. So I think a lot of this 40 trillion is going to go away, and we're going to have a lot of wealth. Listen, when we start being a primary exporter of silicon chips for RAM and whatnot, and SSDs, NAND chips, it's going to be crazy. So there's going to be a lot more industry in America, and a lot of that's going to go away very quickly. Why do all those fishermen down there have such large firearms and explode? Yep, G.I.G.O. I take the checks and face the facts that some producer with computers fixes all my shitty tracks these days. Yeah, I'm rocking the suburbs. Hassan Pikers, my higher up, my overlord, gives me a talking points calendar, bigoted fascist talking points spewed by the disgusting far right. Yep, and they're on a smear campaign for him, so he's not holding up too well. He's saying like his past is coming back for him. Like, he's already changed his framing of his live stream. In the framing, he had a picture of 9/12, September 12th, the day after 9/11. He had that newspaper hanging on his wall. And now the camera angle is changed so you can't see that. So he knows what's going on. And he visited Cuba, and the people that brought him to Cuba are under investigation for working with the communist government. So there's a lot of stuff going on. I think a lot of us think that there's not, because we don't see a lot of arrests, and we want to see more politicians in jail. But we'll see. We'll see. Ultimately, I want less people to die, and I want a wealthier America. America is the most giving country. Absolutely. We help a lot of other countries stay alive, a lot more than people even realize. All right, let's see. Louisiana boiled peanuts. Okay. Donald Trump recruits Rambo to end the Iran war.
Rambo! Let's go.
Oh, dang it.
How are you, Johnny?
How are you, Johnny?
Good. John, I'm sorry to send you to such a hellhole.
I've seen worse.
Yeah, you have. Haven't you? John, I told you I'd help you out when I could. You interested? You can't possibly want to stay here for another 10 years.
10? It's supposed to be 5.
20. Depending how this conversation goes. Kidding. A covert operation is being geared up in the Middle East. Your name was dug up by the computer as the most capable to complete the mission.
Mission?
Iran. John, the midterms are coming up, and we need to end this war.
I love AI
Empty threats
now,
and
dude.
Promises aren't working.
Listen,
we have a deal.
dude, this looks so freaking good. This looks so good.
We don't have a deal.
every hair on his head. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but like there's individual hairs on the side of his head that are wispy.
I'm going to
in
blow
the
them
wind.
up. I'm not going to blow them up. People aren't falling for it anymore. Your mission will be to capture the Ayatollah. Bring him to me so I can put him over my knee on the White House lawn
6'7".
and spank his bare
What up,
ass
Calvin?
raw
You back
on live
the
television
trailer up?
while singing "God Bless the USA."
I did it, Calvin. I did it.
Seriously?
Tremendously.
Why me? Why not Hegseth?
What?
Hegseth wears too much hair product. One
Too
flick of a
much
match
hair
from the enemy, and his head will explode like a fireworks factory.
I love it.
John, if this mission is successful, I'll pardon you so fast your head will spin. It'll be like nothing anyone has ever seen before. All clear?
Sure.
Good.
Good.
The next time we meet will be at the White House. In the meantime, don't drop the soap.
You gotta frickin' be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, brother Calvin, I freaking did it, my friend. I did it. I got it. I got it done. I got it done. I'm now a real man. A big boy. Okay, the whole internet called her out. Okay. What is that? I gotta mute the music. Do you recall your favorite volume of Playgirl? That's freaking awesome. I love creatives. I tell you what, I love creative people. I love it. Okay, let's see. Life ruined. Sierra Leone, drug mixed with human bones. What?
In Sierra Leone, a new drug is turning young people into zombies.
Take a look at the youth on the streets, they are trapped. They work only to buy drugs, nothing else, trust me.
They call it kush, dried leaves mixed with a cocktail of chemicals. In just 3 years, it's taken over.
Kush take it to another world. Another world. Really.
I saw a thing yesterday about in the Middle East, they have something called crack. And it's not cocaine crack. It's freaking it's like a mixture of chemicals and like opiates, kind of like fentanyl-y type thing, but it's called crack, and they called it crack in order to make people think that it was that popular American drug from America, and they're calling this Kush. Kush is another popular name from a weed in America. I wonder if the cartels do this to sell new stuff. Do you recall how to do how-tos? I could probably remember Space Cow.
You don't know yourself.
Say na something we mix with demonic something. You see company die. That's still the taker.
As the impact of Africa's worst drug epidemic deepens, disturbing reports have emerged about the newest ingredient, human bones.
So the coffin and everything is there, but they just
Why
took
did
the bones.
extract the irritate a blockade of the synaptic cleft? Because it wouldn't reverse me and inhibit acetylcholinesterase to prevent the hydrolysis of acetylcholine. Duh. What up, Mr. George? Boys passing cigarettes around like, bro, let me get a drag off that fag next. What's up, Mr. George? Yeah, human bones. That's crazy. Insanity.
Home to 1 million people. It's a vibrant trading hub famous for its beaches. But below the surface, the city is suffering. An economic crisis is pushing people into poverty. At 20p a joint, Kush offers a cheap but temporary escape.
20p, I'm guessing that's pence. So like less than a quarter, I mean about 25 cents American. That's crazy. I mean, I understand the financial, like they don't pay $3 for loaves of bread, their equivalent and whatnot.
Every day, the drug consigns more lives to the dump site.
Because of drugs, I did not concentrate on music. Because of drugs, I did not concentrate on studies. Because of drugs, I did not concentrate on writing. Because of drugs, I did not concentrate on anything.
25-year-old Abu Bakr once dreamt of winning a Grammy. When he took up Kush a year ago, his family kicked him out. Now, he lives at the city's rubbish tip, along with more than 1,000 others.
Jeez, Lord.
All I'm asking, Lord, is for you to give me...
So, I mean, they said it was various chemicals and human bone. Hopefully we'll get more info.
Chance. Let me prove to my family I'm not lost totally. I can still be who I want to be. I can still go to college. I can still do music and win the Grammy Award. Help me, oh God, let me don't die empty just like my friend who died empty.
Most of
the consistency in doing drugs is never lacking. No. I got, yeah, more cowbell, brother. Why did Rhodiola rosea extract demand a complete halt to the enzymatic breakdown? Because it's completely non-competitive, inhibiting monoamine oxidase A, B to maintain monoamine concentration. James is stoned. Rewind and look at that guy's eyes. Look left. I think human bone is a gimmick. Can't get high on human bone. So what I was wondering is if maybe it's people that already have died from the drug, and maybe they think that it concentrates in like the bone or bone marrow. So after they die, they dig it up to like take the. I mean, that's just what I'm thinking, because I remember hearing things about drugs when I was a kid, like it gets in your bones. So I'm wondering if that's like the common consensus, like they think it gets in your bones. So let's get it back. Like if you do enough of this kush, it's going to end up in your bones. So if you die, I can get it back out of your bones. I mean, is that the mindset? So rewind and do what now? And look at what? And look at the guy's eyes.
And die empty.
He's high, brother. I'm not stoned. Weed makes me paranoid. I just don't take. I just take weed. Yeah, brother. Yeah, I hate weed too. And that was basically my thing. I was on ADHD drugs on and off for a lot of my life until I found methylcobalamin, vitamin B12, high dose, dissolve under the tongue. I put my pants on one leg at a time, like the rest of you. One leg at a time, except when my pants are on, I make good records. Smoke weed. Oh, you're addicted? That's no bueno, brother. I have body oil called Kush. It's strong, really nice, but it's from a plant, I think. No way. It can't be the same freaking thing. It says it's from an African plant. Why did the Bambusa vulgaris capsule get sent to the extracellular matrix? Because it was required to cause link to the glycolysis acids via structural orthocytic acid stabilization. Well, I think I was talking about this a little earlier, Tyler. So in the Middle East, they have a drug called crack. It's kind of got like a weird name, one like crackaya, like cracker, but crackaya, like sound like crack, and it looks like crack. That would be in America, but it's not Coke. It's like fentanyl and other wackadoo chemicals added to it to make it look, and so it can be smoked, but it's an opioid, not. And they were saying in this thing I watched yesterday, they were saying they used the name crack because crack that had already gotten so much PR, so much marketing, so much advertising as this widely used drug in America. So they just made something different, called it crack, and sold it to people, even though it had nothing to do. And this, like Kush, a lot of people call weed Kush, like really good weed. They call it Kush. So I'm wondering if the cartels that are given to these guys, that are supplying these guys, have another wackadoo drug that they named Kush. So that, but I haven't figured it out yet. Crack killed Applejack. Kush oil is a deep earthy. Okay, OG Kush. Okay, yeah. Okay, hold on. Inspired by the aromatic profile of Hindu Kush mountain region or cannabis-derived oil flavored strains of OG Kush. Yeah. Richie, I've heard of the Middle Eastern tobacco called dojoka. It's pronounced doha. Smoked in a pipe called medoa. And it's the strongest nicotine rush I've ever felt. It's nuts. I think I have heard of it, but just from videos. I've never seen it. Yeah, it's a very short leaf tobacco, and it's very strong. Yes, I've heard of it. What did the Withanius Somnifera say to the panicked adrenal gland? Take a deep breath. I'm cutting your cortisol budget. I can tell you all the illegal weed is 100% straight. I think all the legal weed is too. I think all the legal weed. I think a lot of the legal weed is too. But yeah. Listen. Absolutely. When they were able to get anything they wanted across the border, and when weed became legalized, decriminalized in America, way more people that wouldn't have normally done it drive by the weed store as a kid and see, oh, it's like driving by a liquor store, but it's expensive. So more people are going to end up buying the cheaper stuff from the cartels, right? And if you want to keep them at it, they're going to spray it. They're going to put something on it. And some people say there's fentanyl sprayed on some of that weed. Legal sprayed with pesticides, illegal with heron. I'm sure Big Pharma, federal government isn't spraying the Wheaties. Right. Yeah. I've heard about a lot, dude. When I was younger, I remember a bunch of really brown weed had opium mixed with it. It was like an opium freaking it came across like you would get it as these blocks that said it was incense, but it was opium. And people would mix it with the weed. Joe Schmo down the holler, spraying it. Down the holler. Meddling kids.
Most of the people here are young.
My dad's been watching Fox News, and he told me tonight about Hassan shocked his dog. Apparently, they did some big coverage about Hassan and his dog shocking on Fox News. Yeah, there's gonna be a huge smear campaign on Hassan. He said a lot of wackadoodle stuff, and it's all gonna come out. So they let him get big enough to start being like the face of the DSA, and they're gonna just destroy it. Yeah, the Democrats are going to have to rebrand. There's been a lot of restart. Yeah, they're going to have to rebrand. A bunch of people have talked about today the whole legal battle regarding racism in college admissions. Yeah, well, that shit's all got to stop. Everything. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult to make it very easy to not be racist in selection. You can set people up with a college admissions number, like a serial number, and then their school grades and everything can be attached to that. Because some people say black sounding names or white sounding names, depending on what school you won't get accepted into. So just get rid of it. Get rid of the names. Get rid of the race designation. Give them a serial number. And just do that. Does this person under this serial number have what you want to get into this college? Yes or no? Don't know the race. Don't know the name. Doesn't matter. Why does that matter? None of it matters. So make it so it can't matter. I know a guy dusted his weed, was selling with insecticide. Never interrupt your enemy while making a mistake. That's very true. That's very true. That's exactly what they were doing with Hassan. It's going to happen. Absolutely. Yeah, it's getting rough, brother. Excellent idea. Yeah.
Men When they are not high, they search the rubbish for anything that can be sold. The money goes straight on their next hit.
I got no respect in the street, no one care about me, no family, no friend. Fathers abandon me, mothers abandon me, nobody wants to know about me because of this kush.
Al-Haji is 22. He got hooked after a friend gave him a joint 2 years ago.
I went to the ghetto and buy another one and smoke it. I said, oh, this is so sweet, can I feel it more? That's how this started. So now I'm an addict, but I'm trying to quit it, and I will quit it by the grace of God. This is not me. This is not really me.
Brother.
My goal was to be a doctor.
Face of the DSA, Democrat Socialists, anarchists, aka neo-Nazis, Amber, obese, a bearded lady. They would sell out weed that was. He would literally sell out that weed that was sprayed with sex in less than an hour. I mean, I was in a video game. I was in a video game earlier, and a guy tried insulting me for being white. But when I used the word HW, he got offended. What? What was insecticide doing for the people? Listen. Some people smoke weed like drinking wine. They like every single scent. They like to look at the crystals and the hairs and any taste. So even if it just tasted, but it probably did something. I mean, it does something to the insects, right? It does something to the insects. And remember, the dose makes the poison. So some things, a little bit is a dose, and a lot is it kills you. But Rich, if you extracted away the names of the grades, and schools couldn't filter out the Asians and white people, so there we go. People will never buy weed generally. People will buy any weed generally. What was he getting out of that? I mean, maybe he had a lot of competition and it worked for him, or he thought it worked for him, or his weed was better. I don't know. But it seems like a very bad idea. Don't kill off your customers. Right. Well, yeah, it's a bad idea. Whoop. It's like the people with black rely for college degrees. I heard someone say it was almost like a hallucinogenic. So they knew it. Did they know it was sprayed with it? Right. Yeah. Well, hallucinogenics are neurotoxins to the brain if you take enough of them.
This is not a doctor. This is. I don't know.
My goal was to be a doctor, but this is not a doctor. This is another man.
Another man.
Although Kush is illegal, it's bought and sold here openly.
Man, can you imagine? Same token, if you don't wash your fruits and vegetables at the grocery store. Yep, that's true. Back in the 1800s, used insecticide rat poison to get hallucinations. Right. Well, remember LSD? They would use strychnine to bond it to the paper. It was only after one got who knew got it was. I was the only one who knew until he got arrested. Right. Also ingesting, yes, neurotoxin. Right.
It doesn't take long to identify the local dealer. He agrees to speak to us anonymously.
You know, your business is destroying lives, destroying families, destroying young people.
I know that, but jobs are not available. That's why we are doing it.
So this is, you're saying this is the only way you can earn money?
Yeah, this is the only way.
Can you tell us the components?
I don't know, because don't mix it. When they come with it, we buy. We are the small dealer. It is good, we buy. It is not good, we not buy.
Street dealers seem to know little about the product they are selling. Analysis has shown opioids like fentanyl and tramadol are often...
Yeah, 11. Yeah. The good old days of the 10 strip, and I have no idea what's going on these days. Like if it's gotten stronger, I mean, it can't really get like that much stronger. That like weed's gotten hundreds of, or not hundreds of times, but like 40 times stronger. From 1% to like 40%. Actually, yeah, hundreds of times, right? Because you can get multi-100 milligram edibles and stuff. I also believe Trump is going after trying to stop. I also believe Trump is going after it and trying to stop it. Why do we have identity scholarships and loans? Black scholarships and American athlete scholarships. There was absolutely a time when you had a lot of black families that did not have the money to put their kids through school. So that made sense. It made sense to take, but what doesn't make sense is what the Democrats have done by flooding the underserved, typically the black community and the very poor whites and everybody else, flooding them with all of these migrants and then giving them most of the money. So like now there doesn't need to be race-based loans because everybody can get a loan. Illegal immigrants can get loans. Freaking rich kids can get loans. Poor kids can get loans. White, black, or other. Right? So everybody can get a student loan. So the scholarship thing doesn't really make sense anymore, especially race-based scholarshiping, anything. Just don't be an asshole. Don't let the government control this stuff. You know, and the schools, like the predominantly white institutions and the historically black colleges and universities, they're rich, they're wealthy. They should be the ones that are handing out these scholarships. My best friend, he bought a book, and between his girlfriend and myself and another, we had about 11 to 13 tabs. Not really sure. Jeez, dude. I remember watching the sky melt, the ground was crawling. Yeah, it does that. It does that. Depending on how much dropped on the paper, how strong it would be. Yeah, right. You're not really going to be able to bond unless you find a better way to chemically bond it. You're only so much is going to soak into that amount of paper. Even if you have liquid and you dip it, typically that's what you do. But only so much is going to bond in. That's why you cut it 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch. So a sheet is 4 inches by 4 inches. Don't ask me how I know. And that, so if you made larger hits, you know, then that would, but you would have to have a way to like thicken the compound so more of it would stick to the paper. That's how you would increase dosing, and they wouldn't do that. Every couple of minutes, I'm not feeling another, let's take another. Yeah, I know a lot of people that did that. They expected it to work like weed worked, like you hit it like in a couple of minutes, you feel it. They expected that, you know, and next thing you know, it's 45 minutes, hour later, and made by old school hippies. Yep. I was quite as strong. I was conceived on shrooms. My mom used to tell me stories when she was a hippie, lifting 17 people to fitting. Like what? Oh, fitting 17 people into the VW bug. Right, pharmaceuticals sold it as desolate in the 40s, 50s, and it looks like they're coming back. It looks like it's coming back. It looks like they're finally starting to allow. Yep, bicycle day. Yep. It looks like this administration is allowing hallucinogens to be used to try to help warriors and people with PTSD and whatnot.
Often mixed in. But in the last few months,
give me a minute, Space
shocking
Cow.
rumors have emerged about a new ingredient. Police suspect people are grinding up human bones and adding them to the mix. We have come to one of the main cemeteries in Freetown because we are told that local communities are forming groups to stop the grave robbers. They are called Friends of the Dead.
We are not like friends to go to talk to the dead.
David Dean is the man in charge here.
Just take a documentary of you.
Yeah. He agrees to show me around.
We have many destructions. Even this is other. There is not even remains inside here.
We have heard that people are digging to find human bones and making it kush.
That's what the message that I'm getting here. That the breaking of the gates here is about that.
It's about what?
About.
Does anyone remember window pane? Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, this is another one.
Absolutely.
Come here. See inside. Come here.
So the coffin and everything is there, but they just took the bones.
Yeah.
Wow.
Taking all the bones.
They're taking the bones.
Yeah.
How many graves destroyed, you said?
It's more than thousands.
More than 1,000 graves.
Yeah, 2,000.
Jeez, what's
Despite the
going
work
on
of
in the
David
world?
and his friends, even the dead aren't safe from the Kush crisis. But the question remains, why would anyone try and get high of human bones?
Medication.
Oh my God,
At the country's only mental health hospital, Dr.
Yeah,
Jusu
dude.
Matia has seen the recipe change
For
over time.
PTSD victims, yeah.
You know, it's an ever-changing phenomenon. One time you hear they have added formalin, before you know it, they have added something else. But the recent...
So I wonder if it's to get formaldehyde. Which goes back to the Ginsburg and Timothy Leary. Yep. The good old Ginsburg, Allen Ginsburg and Timothy Leary. Yep. Timothy Leary was a crazy guy. I used to follow he had a website I used to follow. I can't remember what bicycle day is, just remembered Albert Hoffman. Tripped so hard he had to chill out and blaze on the next day, which was 420. Remember the Ice Cube movie where his friends died and they used the bones to make a plant of weed and give them visions loud colleagues. Apparently Tupac's buddies smoked joints with Tupac's ashes in it. But I'm thinking they're using the formaldehyde. Because remember, formaldehyde, I think, was used in PCP also. So it's probably a cheap way to get formaldehyde. The lefties have become the squares when Trump's legalized. Yeah, they became the squares. Legalized LSD, allowing experience. This was what I was saying. The right has become the more sensible liberal government. Like, really? Like declassifying or reclassifying weed and legalizing the medicalization of hallucinogenics, like this. They're getting more liberal, and the liberals, the Liberal Party has took their liberties to our money. What up, Katra? He's allowing hallucinogens to be tested to help people that have like PTSD from war and other things. Yeah, I remember that movie. Tip that? Wet Daddy's Dip. Yep, right. Yep. Hey, babe. Have you seen Ice Cube's new music video, Freedom? No, I haven't. I haven't watched. It's already used the CIA without people. That was absolutely. Trump authorized use of experiment with LSD psychotropics, basically so PTSD victims require their brain. Didn't Joe Rogan get psilocybin declassified for psychiatric use? Well, this is all part of that. He actually was standing behind Trump in the White House when Trump signed that order. Yeah, he texted Trump. He said, "Hey, I googled it because the formaldehyde, and also because they're retarded." Yeah. But it dates back to days of Allen Ginsburg, Timothy Leary, and Robert Answer Wilson doing experiments, and 90% success rate of rehabilitation of violent offenders in prisons. W to my school for educating me something. The CIA was, yeah. There's also no reason for misunderstanding formaldehyde. There's a street myth that bones will increase the high as well now. Yeah, right. Well, so they're grinding up bones and putting the things these people to smoke.
Substance that has been added now is the human bone.
I'm trying to understand why would they go that far to dig graves and use human bones?
But what we know is that human bones contains a lot of sulfur, and sulfur has the potential of giving that feeling of high, especially when taken in at high concentrations and when inhaled, because it goes directly to the brain.
85% of patients here are Kush users. Dr. Jusu fears the epidemic could destabilize the entire country.
It's a big crisis, given the fact that the youthful population that should be vibrant, should be working, or maybe going to universities to plan for the future, are the ones that are being targeted with the Kush. You go around
so
the town.
Think about if you have a neighboring country that wants the resources of Sierra Leone, which is very wealthy in resources, just destroy the population with drugs. And then they're gonna need help, and then they're gonna say, hey, well, you know, we'll start setting up rehabs and doing this, and that if you just give us freaking all of your gold. Yeah, formaldehyde taxidermy also. Yeah, it's used to keep things from rotting. It's also when you hail when you're vaping. Yep, that's true too. Their gangs are growing desperate for formaldehyde. Richard's such a girly. Propylene glycol is the main suspension fluid of all vaping cannabis nicotine, which is also synthetic. Yep, propylene glycol is freaking antifreeze. We would dip mint leaves of formaldehyde, put it in the freezer bags, wax and sell it. Cool. Jeez, Tony, what up, sir? Keith? When propylene glycol vaporized at 160, it became formaldehyde. Sup, Richard? Not to get to why filesy, but you have seen that stuff where supposedly the CIA has done remote viewing. Yeah. We watched a video on it a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. Yeah, they still have people on retainer for that. I understand. I was saying it because they've been making headline news the other day. Only X people can set scholarship for X people. Yeah. So essentially, chemically, you're inhaling a better. Yes. Haiti has 1 million people on the run now. On the run. Also, something about signing 3 acres of land take away from the park system. We'll see. Katra ignoring me is crazy. She probably blocked your freaking nutty ass. They call it dust. We have land. Bum. Let the animals have something. Sorry, cowboy.
Young men who are supposed to be active, sleeping on the streets. We are supposed to have doctors, we are supposed to have engineers, but these are the people that are now suffering from addiction and they cannot do anything.
For those on the streets, there are few safety nets.
We therefore help widows, orphan, people with disability with the church, so many lights there. Then we talk and people we use there in a salon.
Kadiatu runs a food distribution on the outskirts of town. Pensions often run high.
Honorable minister.
Yeah, Dolly Parton died today. A brief fight with cancer.
Believe me, only get you.
Yep.
Everybody to wipe off. So many families
not need that cigarette.
Because of this.
Yeah, that ain't a cigarette, buddy. That ain't a cigarette. Then again, you Americans have these areas too. Absolutely. Yeah, well, this thing, Sir Keith, is they're using human bones, apparently, in this new smoking product. We're trying to figure out why. They haven't really said it. Dolly Satan, New World Order. Parton. This is Sierra Leone.
Now, drugs no parents or no post, no go. The enemy be no go and see about these drugs.
Kadiatu is looking after a 6-week-old baby. His mother is living in the charity's rehab center. Born a kush addict, he's suffering from withdrawal.
It's where they torment him. Even right now, he don't wash, he don't eat, but the the doctor said the thing they say is the way the better and making the behave too. So we get Emmanuel, God with us.
Like many children, Emmanuel's life has already been shaped by kush. For his mother, he's now the ultimate motivation to get clean.
Damn. Yeah, Dolly was kick ass. She was awesome. I heard yesterday at 6.
Her name is Hajaratu.
Crazy. Are you hearing my news? Yes. Did a lot of philanthropy.
It's the first time in 2 weeks she's seeing her baby.
She didn't really boast about it. Yeah, she did a lot. She had Dollywood. I don't even understand why we have scholarships. Just say discriminates. You know why. Dolly showed her true colors. She was part of the left-wing Satanist. Didn't come much came from good things. Yep. Supported thanks to she can't quit smoking for her baby. She'll never quit. Yeah. Well, she's in the rehab center, so we'll see. Didn't boast about it, but I will because she deserves to be celebrated. She seemed to be a sweet woman too. She did. Why do I have to give examples? You guys never give an example about what you say about Trump. What? Trump is what? Who asked for an example? Nothing like a sweet woman.
She became an addict after family breakdown left her homeless. For the first time in years, she is hopeful for the future.
I get for try for 6 back when was so I go continue my study because I want to be a lawyer from small and then I be my dream.
As she continues her recovery, Hajaratu has decided to leave Emmanuel in the care of the charity.
I'm more safer with and then I go with Andy because you're in a bush in a village. And I want to make you get a better life. My life don't be like me own.
Children here are faced with two realities: daily life with all its hardships, or the deadly illusion which Kush provides. The path they choose will determine Sierra Leone's future.
It's going to be a rough one. What am I looking at? Damn it. Oh. You got a level 83. I mean, I do know sometimes a man's not equal opportunity scholarships. We only have X scholarships. I got clean because my wife got pregnant, but I needed a lot of help from God, my family, friends, family, and my family. And that's trying Jankum and Alien from it. Yeah, we watched that yesterday. Yeah, it's retarded, brother. I agree. It's retarded. What were you using? Tony was on all of it. Imagine being a Democrat and spending all of your life hating Trump and doing butt stuff. Hey, some people enjoy that shit, brother. They love hate. They love hating. They love it. This is what's like so super crazy. Like where you really see the shift is like you don't really see like good, happy people. Like everybody's just hate. Like, okay, other than politics, how can you be happy? Don't you know Trump's going to destroy the world? Shut up. Like, I just get so tired of it. That's what's pushed me away. What am I trying to do? Lived here. Stayed here. Visited 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 Ohio with my ex-girlfriend. Visited here. Visited here. Lived here. Visited here. What am I doing? I'm getting behind here. Do you think we can fix equal opportunity experience college? Yeah, we're gonna have to fix it. Listen, that shit's got to. The problem, like I mentioned, the problem is there's a lot of minority classes in America now, and that makes difficult for the American minority classes. So the money that would have went to the American minority classes is now going to go to the entirety of the minorities, and that's going to thin out the mix. So it's going to have to be fixed, or it's going to break. Visited here. Actually, I stayed there. Visited Tennessee. Visited Kentucky. Never been to Indiana. I visited here. No, I've never been. Never been to Arizona. Never been to Texas. Yeah, that's it. That's me. What did I get? What did I win? 79. 79. Crack, weed, cigarettes, booze, and occasional acid. Yeah, Catra, where do you find Pinterest and stuff? I sent you mine. How many more times are we going to have to listen to them call Trump? Yeah. Yeah, a lot, because think about the cartels that are funding this. They want to keep running as much drugs into America and making billions of dollars a year as possible. So they're going to take the billions of dollars they already made and they're going to fund a bunch of bots and a bunch of politicians and whatnot through stuff in order to make sure that the border can stay open easy enough to get the drugs and everything across. The prostitution is basically and the gambling is basically the mafia, and then the drugs and the human trafficking that's not prostitution is basically the cartels. And yeah, they want that. They don't want that to stop. Have you been in New Hampshire? Yes, yeah. I skied. I went up the Green Mountains, Mount Washington, Mount Rainier in Vermont, and yeah, I skied all over those places. Is Trump really whatever the king would have already drawn and quartered? Right. And now they basically want a full freaking army to make sure everybody follows their new communist laws. I guess to activate and kick everyone out. It's a 50-minute miles in different direction, completely changed climate. Arizona, if you had a road trip, you pass through states that count as pass through. I spent a lot. I used to be in a band. So I used to play music and the only reason I haven't ran up yet is because the Trump's opposition to. Yeah. If you only stop for gas, it counts as stopped in. I live here. I live in Georgia. I couldn't sleep without smoking weed every night. Wow. I'm a custom carpenter. I sent you mine on Discord. 83. You beat me. There's hers. 83. They got Roe. Yeah, well, I went back to the States. Yeah, and that was odd too. Like think about it. Think about all the people that the only thing they cared about was abortion. And they thought the Republicans would never allow any abortion. They would, and then now the Republicans are the one that pushed it back to the states. What's the ability to hit something at 1,400 yards when they don't let you shoot at the guards? Abortion is not a constitutional right. Nowhere in a constitution. No, exactly. I agree. Where do you think? What did you think of New Hampshire? I mean, it was winter when I went there, so it looked like everything else. Like I mean, I went to a couple of bars and whatnot, but yeah, New Hampshire was all right. I counted my layover in Texas this past through. How accurate is Rich's impression? It's gotta be pretty accurate. All right, where are you, Space Cow? You freaking wackadoo. It's gonna be another freaking caulk video. I don't want to watch it. Calling a pest control company is Mickey Mouse.
Pest Control, this is Daniela speaking. How can I help?
Are you the person to blame for exterminating my family?
Is this Mickey Mouse?
Well, you can bet it is, and I am not happy. All my family has gone missing.
Oh my goodness, this really is Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, you're killing Mickey
Well,
Mouse.
I'm telling you right now, I've been finding mouse traps, shock boxes, all kinds of gizmos and
Eliminate
gadgets
with
around the
bias
clubhouse
isolations as well.
meant to trap members of the rodent family.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty funny. I
More serious than serious could be.
All right, freaking wackadoo. Add in a little bit of modern chemistry like your average Tesla brain, the idea the water bottle could become hydrogen. That's true. All right, let's see. This is my boy. When I talk to women, it's nice to hear in New Hampshire. No state tax, no sales tax. Out the West Texas, El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl. Blackheads of the night where the eyes of Selena wicked and evil while casting their spell. I don't know what it is. I didn't realize I was doing it. What did I say? I can't think about what it was. I didn't even realize I was doing one. I'll have to watch the stream back. I don't know what I was doing. I mean, you know, you can do all kinds of mechanical things. I have to read something that would sound like her. Let me see. Let me go back here. Let me see something that she would say. Feel it? I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't know what I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. I'm sorry. This stuff just comes out of my mouth. I have no idea. What do you think about Canada getting some Chinese nukes? Wouldn't be a good idea, real brother. Impression of me, just do one well. I can't. My brain don't work that way. 100 feet of stress super steel fencing under immense pressure, popping loose towards it. Yeah, that's bad stuff. I'll stick the carpentry too. Yeah, it's subconsciously. I didn't even realize it was. Put Castro on screen so I can see her pretty face. United States needs to invade Canada and set it free. Yeah. You know, I mean, Canada might dissolve itself apart. You don't need to do what you were doing. You don't need to do what you're doing. Is that it? You don't need to do what you're doing. I'm just an impersonation. Well, is that it? I don't know what it was. Richard. Okay. Oh, that was it. There, Richard. That's got to be it, right? All right, my bad. I'm working on it. Besides, who calls 911 there for 7,000 documented mine shafts in Arizona? Wow. I know him too well. That's it. Okay. 14 to 1,800 meter shaft. That's going to be before anything will find. I impersonated him and doing an impersonation of me. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. Uh-oh. What happened to Amazing Lucas? Louisiana. Officials give up on... Oh, give update. What up, ND? Act your age or don't act at all. I could turn my evil brain on at any time when discipline. At least Canada has iDubbbz's wife. Yeah. And iDubbbz's husband. He did impersonation of me, and I'm saying impersonation of him, doing impersonation of me. I love it. I love the internet. I use discipline and don't use my good brain because the world doesn't deserve it. She's a government spy. Okay. Oh, man. Dang it. Dang it. There we go. That works. He did it before. He typed it. Oh, hey, we're in sync. I would love to become a Republican spy. There's so many Democrats I turn in. Brother, listen, I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot of covert Democrats, like Republicans in the Democrat Party. I think there's a lot. I think and I think there's people that are pro or anti-Democrat running as Democrats also. I think this whole DSA thing is going to do a lot, and I think you have people also being pushed, like what's going on in Florida, the chick in Florida that was talking about, like, she's like, I like taking my kids to drag shows. They're so wholesome. There's nothing sexual about it, and everyone should be able to experience them at any age. You know, it's like, okay, cool. Yeah, she's gonna get trashed. I missed it when things like sex kinks and stuff was like undercover. Like no one even knew about it. Like you try to go into like a seedy little bar to find something wackadoo rather than freaking being like, oh, let's just freaking ND. The over the top Danish boy is here. Peaceful and less provoked. Yeah, me too. I was Trump. Was everything they said he was because I would join the roundups now. That's enough now, Richard. Let him out. No, gives Cowboy gonna get excited downstairs. Hopefully the DSA thing doesn't blow up and resolve until after the midterms can get red wave again. And they figure their crap out. That's what I think is gonna happen. I think the Democrats understand that, and after like having a bunch of other Democrats that just ran in the primaries and called out the vote harvesting stuff, like in Florida in particular, it's and now that states that don't send in their voter rolls can't get mail-in ballots, and that's gonna do a lot, because if you can't get mail-in ballots, you can't print a bunch of mail-in ballots, right? So if that's true, we're gonna find out. If you have these states that typically win blue and they don't win blue without mail-in ballots, then Trump was correct. If they still win blue, then Trump was incorrect. Katra, ever since you came in the chat, I've been sliding downstairs. There's a lot of swallowing. Yeah, a lot of swallowing to pride. So fuck something up, fix it. That's right. If you fuck it up, fix it. I have power. First rule is to own it. Time to go MIA. Why? Richard, if I rub B12 on assist on my leg, it'll cure. Right? No. No, not on assist. No. I don't even think B12 works dermally. Even so, come to Lord Jesus. That's right, my brother. Guys, I hate when people provoke and see themselves based. Yeah, well, it's very easy to do. It's very easy to do, right? And especially, and a lot of people know this. A lot of people know you can provoke people, get knocked down, and then start a GoFundMe, get embarrassed online, and then get get a couple tens of thousands of dollars. Yeah, it takes a lot to provoke me. I'll get it, like I can get excited, like my excitability goes up and I'll get a little loud, but to actually provoke me, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. Sure thing is them elections are rigged. Well, so like when you start looking back at the old videos from 2020, how like they started putting paperboard and stuff over the windows to the counting area. Like, why did they block the windows for the first time ever? Why did they block the windows? Like so it's like, okay, voting is over, and then they started putting boards over the window so you couldn't see into the room where they were counting the paper ballots. And it's like, why did they do that? Why did they do that? Words don't do shit. A friend of mine hit me once with an axe, and I laughed at him. Cowboys quarter. His quarter ran out, not his quarterback. Here you go, quarter. Carpenter rig an axe right to my face. Oh, jeez, you weren't kidding. Karen Bassler stole the election blatantly from Spencer Pratt. Cost me my cash. Cal sheep pot. How is that possible? They can just pay homeless people for votes. They're not supposed to. It's illegal. It's illegal. They just did it anyway. And what? A couple of people got arrested for it, right? So but it doesn't matter because the votes counted, right? So what do they care? What do they care who like is so for their party that they're going to get people to vote for these people that will just throw them away? You think they're going to bail these people out? You think they're going to do anything for the people that got arrested? They're going to be like, no, they broke the law. We don't know the way these people voted, though. They probably voted for Spencer Pratt, but he still lost. You know, that's what they're going to do. He didn't do it on purpose. Oh, okay. Well, that's a different story. Spencer Pratt was a dirtbag. You think Spencer Pratt was a dirtbag? I mean, I think he acted like a dirtbag, but you think he was a dirtbag? I don't know. I mean, he definitely that definitely was the character he played, but he's a family man. I mean, I'd have to learn more about him. Downtown Detroit, no Republicans were let in. Yep. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Left a little bit of a mark. Didn't need no stitches or nothing. He was a Marine. He was saying to me, you know what? I hit. He was a Marine. He was saying to me, like, you know what? Somebody I hit with a face of the axe doesn't knock out, just laughs at me. I leave them alone. That's probably a good idea. I'm afraid of nothing, man, but you're scary. Tallarico's a dirtbag. Absolutely. Karen Bassett's mayor. So yeah, it's pretty obvious. Listen, if you just count the money, Who's making the money off of all the drugs and homeless being in California? It's the cartels. The cartels are bringing the drugs in and selling them basically without police interference on the street. And the people are using them without police interference on the street. So the people could use more drugs quicker, re-up quicker, and then get clean needles and clean crack pipes and clean meth pipes from the government. I was on a VA job when it happened. Dinner was winter. Trying to hammer in a window frame to the subframe. I went to many jobs after that with that dude. My bad. I meant the right. The guy from Maine. Yeah, Spencer Pratt was the California guy. That was a reality TV star. Played a dirtbag. The guy you're talking about is I can't think of his name. What was the guy's name? What was the guy's name from the guy that had the freaking Nazi tattoo on his chest? And like beat his girlfriend, like essayed a couple of women. Was a bad scratch, mostly the scratch healed up. He didn't mean it. It's like takes a lot to piss me off. Takes a lot to piss me off too. I'm pretty freaking chill, and I understand consequences for actions. And I'm not, I'm not like people don't typically act in ways like that, like off of the internet towards me. Especially when you got a thick skin, double bone density, and heart lies, apparently from my x-rays. Accident. It was an accident. Yeah. I think somebody's in the face would remember a movie Britain on the Pig Farmer. What was the guy's name what was the guy's name in Maine? Snatch. Good movie. Good movie. So what was the guy's name? Oh, man. If it's provoking that piss me off. The consequences, it pisses me off. Pick somebody up by the nose using two fingers and do that. My cousin did that, dude. Dude, not to me, but he got into a fight. I freaking grabbed the guy by the face, fingers up the nose, and just drug him backwards out of a bar. Do away with lobbying. Be over 62 to run for any political press to clutch the seat. Do away with lobbying, absolutely. Do away with lobbying. Don't allow Congress to deal in single stock, to do single stock trading. Let them invest in the S&P 500 or something. But yeah, that's it. Because I have 8-foot reach, 40-inch arm reach. In other words, 6'4", 220. I'm 6'4", 160. So you got me by 60 freaking pounds. All right, let's see what's going on here. 11 o'clock. Jeez, where are we at? By the way, oh wow. Vertuvian man. Okay, where are we at? Trump administration suspended endorsement in Mexico. Star Trek. Al Saeed. Tough questions. Local baker takes to social media after. Local baker goes to social media after $3,000 worth of cinnamon rolls goes missing.
A local business owner is speaking out after someone made off with thousands.
What up, man? Dog? Between 5'11" and 6'4", depending on which gas station I'm leaving. right, with the stickers on the door. Actually, a little bit longer. It's taking time to fight Rich for some views. Let's do it. What's up, Trey? Graham Plattner, that's his name. Yeah, we're gonna have a fight and get the views up. Yeah, it looks like it. We'll find out what's going on here.
Dollars worth of cinnamon rolls, and she says they took off in an Uber.
It's a story you'll see only here on Local 10. Arash Lowe is live in Sunrise with this exclusive. All right, Arash, fill us in on this one.
Can I tell you, over the years, I've covered a lot of interesting stolen items, from wine to steaks, but this is a first for me. Cinnamon rolls. Yes, you heard me correctly. Now, these aren't just any other ordinary cinnamon rolls. They have gone viral on social media.
Fight.
And this
Idiocracy
small business
2.0,
owner now
Wrath
out
of the
more than
Comedians.
$3,000.
Fighting over cinnamon rolls. Wow,
This
yes.
is like heaven if you have a sweet tooth. Do you think he knew about your business? Because there's no markings outside.
I don't think he knew. Like,
I really don't think he knew.
Julie Pierre is 21, and her roll and dough bakery has become a hit. Maybe when he's driving, he has that
I think
smell
so.
of the
Maybe.
cinnamon rolls,
Yeah.
and
So
he
it
just
just
couldn't
came that it
resist.
sold
Maybe it was that, actually.
$3,000
Hundreds of
worth.
thousands of
You
followers on
gotta
social
wonder if
media,
the whole
and she
purpose
told
of the
all
shot was
those
just to melt them
followers
braids.
someone stole more than $3,000 worth of her cinnamon rolls. She took to her social media page. Take a listen.
Yesterday, I made a video basically saying that our Uber driver stole over 300.
I bet you this is a scam. I bet you it's her buddy or whoever. It is like she gave somebody 3,000 or set it up. And so because she doesn't have any markings outside, no one knows. But now everybody in this town knows of her as the girl whose cinnamon rolls are so good that people steal them $3,000 worth at a time. And this is one of the best marketing schemes that somebody could come up with. These people commit 3,000 felony because of a TikTok trend eating these special cinnamon rolls. Yeah, good commercial. Right. It has to be a scam. I bet you. Free publicity. Right. Limited edition cinnamon rolls. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Cinnamon rolls, and I want you guys to know that was around $3,100 in lost inventory.
It happened Saturday morning. Julie sells the rolls at a farmer's market and called Uber, which has a courier service, but the rolls never arrived. Look at this stuff at home. I'm not going to take a bite right now because I'm on
Should
a
we
diet.
twist it around?
I'm on a diet. So, but look at this. And so you have no clue whether this
listen.
guy.
Did you see how she told him? She's like, no, spin it around. Like, this is the camera angle I want. Like, she's thought of it. The guy that stole cinnamon rolls is rolling it. That's the name of her store. The name of her store is Rolling in the Dough. Definitely a very inventive marketing. Yep. Did you hear that? I'm going to rewind it. Look, she even says, no, spin it. She says, spin it this way.
Bite right now because
watch. Hold on. She's going to say, spin it this way.
I'm on
Should
a
we
diet.
twist it around?
I'm on
around.
a diet. So, but look at this.
I mean, technically,
And
all she
so
got to
you
do
have
is
no
leave it
clue
open,
whether
call a
this
certain
guy
person.
May have had a sweet tooth.
A lot of people are speculating that he's selling them on Facebook Marketplace.
Selling them.
Yeah.
These cinnamon rolls, and they come in all different forms and flavors in high demand. Uber with this statement, this report is very troubling and not the experience we want users to have. We're continuing to look into this so we can take appropriate action. What would you say to him?
I would just say, honestly, I would just say why. Exactly, like, if you were hungry, I could have gave you a couple of the rolls. That's perfectly fine, but I'm just trying to figure out, like, why. That's all I just really have to say.
Yeah, that's the big question.
No, what you should have said is thanks. Because now these things are going to sell out for the next couple of months. I saw a flash when someone took a picture.
Question, why? I mean, why in the world would
Because
you
they're
take
so
all of these
good.
cinnamon rolls?
Because they're so unbelievably good. That's why. So you guys should try them yourself. They're $6.99 here at this address. Blah, 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 blah. I just don't want the human nature to know that people want things. You know?
I do have to tell you, though, as I mentioned in the story, I didn't take a bite, trying to keep my figure out here, but they looked amazing. And in all seriousness, this business owner took a hit on this, and she's really just appealing to this guy.
So come buy her stuff and help her out.
And if the cinnamon rolls are refrigerated,
Blocks don't
bring
prevent
them
crimes,
back.
prevent honest
By the
criminals,
way,
yeah.
an official police report has been filed with the Sunrise Police Department. This is thousands of dollars, so it would be a grand theft charge. We're live in Sunrise. I'm Rosh Lowe, Local 10 News.
Why would you use an Uber to transport your goods from your bakery to the farmer's market? Why would you use an Uber? And why wouldn't you be with them? I mean, whatever. Maybe that's what she's into. She's 21, so maybe she's new at that. Interesting. They were pre-baked. No one saw it. Right. I mean, obviously the Uber would know who they were instantly. The call from this bakery to this farmer's market, from this address to this address at this time, it would be in her phone. And even if you leave something in an Uber, you can click on the ride and say, hey, I left my wallet in the car. I left my freaking whatever, my cinnamon rolls. So it would be that instant. So this doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that now they don't know they had to contact Uber. No, they know exactly who it was. It was the person that Uber dispatched to that location. False police report is the only crime she could be charged with. Yeah. Uber and Lyft doesn't have courier package pickup. No, I understand. Right. And that would be, they would know the app. They would know the food. They would know the ID of the driver instantly. And when you sign up to use Uber as a driver, you photograph your insurance, your ID front and back. So like they would have all that. But there is a lot of people using stolen, or like there's Facebook groups for people like illegal migrants that can use people's legitimate IDs and they work it out for rent. I worked for Lyft briefly. They gave me a twin turbocharged. It was a Nissan Altima drive around in twin turbo. It's freaking crazy. They want you to get that done quick. Yeah, that's crazy stuff, man. That's crazy stuff. All right. Let's see. We'll do something else short. What up, Goopender? Look, I look good in black and white, too. Bam. What's up, Goopender? Sorry. Okay, if she's not in the scamming, it could at least be a scammer that signed up for Uber Eats. Yeah. It was for medical delivery. Oh, that makes sense. They want to get there before the heart falls out or the kidneys on ice. He ain't getting freaking married. Man in creepy mask arrested. What? All right, we ain't watching that. Let's see. U.S. Marshals, man, they went after him. Detox in an isolation cell. Uh-oh. That ain't gonna be good. Home impaled by flying logs. Holy crap.
New here at 5, a man is happy he was not home this weekend because lightning hit a tree and sent massive branches.
Right. How would you not have, like, and it looks like she had a bunch of expensive equipment and a shop. How would you not get like one of those small Sprinter vans? We got one for like $400 a month when I was doing IT. Like they're pretty freaking cheap. They ain't got no windows or anything. Like it's something that you would get. And if you're selling $3,000 worth of rolls every freaking weekend, you got the money to get a car to transport them. I could grasp the concept of having drivers stay with their location, take another driver to town versus 4 mile in. Well, yeah, I guess
inches through his window.
It happened in Rockledge during a really strong storm there. Fox 35's Esther Bauer is live at that home tonight. So, Esther, that window actually shattered right near where that man usually sits.
Luann, it did, because right behind this window is the living room. Now you can see it's been boarded up with this sheet of metal, but this all unfolded when lightning hit this massive tree right over here and sent logs flying.
So lightning apparently
experts warned some about maybe
the 70-foot pine tree broke into several pieces, sending dangerous shards through several windows and right into this home.
Maybe it wasn't my time. God thing, I don't know.
He thinks God spared his life because Curtis Romore usually sits right here to watch the weather.
It probably would have hit me right in the head.
Or worse, the log is about 30 pounds and full of sharp pieces. When it busted the window, it sent broken glass everywhere and even broke a desk inside.
It was quite an explosion.
The explosion didn't just damage the living room. There is a hole in the attic, another broken window on the other side of the house, and nicks all over the siding.
It looked like a tornado or a hit or a bomb went off.
Curtis never thought lightning could cause so much damage.
Never been scared of lightning in my life. I'm a landscaper, tree trimmer, outdoorsman.
Congratulations, man. Prescott Cottonwood, 20 minutes for the hairpin curve.
Now he knows watching the weather from this window may not be his first choice anymore.
If thunder roars, go indoors and maybe be careful sitting by the window.
The lightning also fried his AC, cable box, and Wi-Fi, which are all being repaired this week. Curtis says he's thankful his roommate wanted to grab a bite before a bolt could have changed his life.
Yeah, I was planning on staying home.
No, I haven't even heard of
and
it.
we talked about going out and get something to eat. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll go with. And I'm glad I did.
Yeah, good idea, brother. Good idea. Death is as if the complete absence of properties forces property, energy, to burst forward. Lawrence Krauss. Tennyson. Oops, I grabbed the wrong thing. There we go. That's what I was looking for. The GoPro Mission ILS interchangeable lens production camera features a micro 4/3 50 megapixel 1-inch sensor. Wow. Yeah. 500, 800, 900. Jeez. Yeah, well, it's about time. They forgot Walter for an hour and a half, and he was a Navy Seabee that dropped off. To get off crack, 2 of my cousins kept me in an empty room under 24-hour-a-day watch. No shoes, no belt, no weapons. I drank a 5th of scotch the first night and numero joints for 4 days. Jeez, freaking Tony. You must have really liked that stuff. Although my body made it from Prescott. My buddy made it from Prescott Valley to Phoenix and Van Burn Street in 23 minutes with a Ford Probe. Right? My buddy had a Ford Probe. Yeah, my buddy had a Ford Probe, purple one. That thing was freaking quick. I had a girlfriend that had a Ford Probe too. Have you ever seen the end of your life commercials in Canada? There's yes. Look up Canada. Yeah, we're not gonna watch them right now, brother. GoPro is awesome. I wonder if it's robust as the other standard. It's probably more robust. In order to be able to interchange lenses, it's going to have to be a little more beefy, to be able to handle the cranking down of the lens interconnect. It's like getting off. Oh man, you wouldn't have, man. Okay, let's see. Let's see what's going on in Discord here. Oh, we can go right here. Okay. Double check this real quick.
Everybody ready?
Oh wow, I guess this is robust.
Got me jolted down. Getting that seat cam set here. We're ready to take a look.
Nice. My friends and I dug a pool with a bobcat down in Phoenix, and he could power drift a 10-wheel dump truck between vehicles backwards. If you scroll down until you see an image of someone wearing like a fuzzy jacket, scroll through the images all the way to the right. Oh, sorry. Here, this one. Fuzzy jacket. Okay. This one, I consumed a lot of chocolate and OJs back in '92. The image shows better than the video. Okay, here's the fuzzy jacket. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, this is it. This is it. I guess that was the fuzzy jacket you meant. Yeah, this is the website you gave me. Slow-mo. Okay, Hero 13 black. There you go. That looks pretty freaking good. Yeah, looks pretty freaking good. F2.8. That's a nice shot. That's a nice f-stop. Yeah, 1600 ISO. That's low light performance. That does look good too. Nice. That's not what I meant. It's near the top. There should be like a slideshow kind of images. All right, here's the top. Okay. All right, Tony, brother. God bless, brother. Have a good night. Yeah, I don't see any slideshows. Here's the fuzzy jacket. All right. I'm gonna call it a night too. I think I'm gonna do a. It's all right. We'll get back into it. I gotta go to bed. It's 11:30. I have a 6-hour drive from Georgia to Florida tomorrow, and if I can get everything set up in this big ass power bank, I'm gonna stream the entire thing. But it'll probably be earlier. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I love y'all. Ciao, everybody. Have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love